Oh, 100 episodes and it's still happening.
I keep forgetting that.
What a maroon. That's right, folks. We're 100 episodes in. Yeah.
And I still can't get it right.
Yeah. We were supposed to have champagne, strippers, and what are those little things?
Money in the bank.
Midgets?
Yes, midgets, but not them.
Penises.
Little penises.
I would hope that we have those, because
little penises?
if that is going to make urinating very difficult.
I'm comfortable with what I have, okay?
I'm glad that somebody is.
Gave me 2 children.
Anyway, this is straight out of Austin. This is Prometheus.
This is Agamemnon.
Streamers! That's what I was trying to remember.
Oh, interesting. And I'm Fuzzy Slippers. For anyone who cares.
Yeah. For all of the listeners out there. Oh, man.
Little streamers.
Yes, this podcast is brought to you proudly by Punching the Walls of Reality. I want to give a quick shout-out to the Anomaly podcast, who we interviewed at Wizard World, who also gave us a shout-out on their Wizard World recap. And shout-out to those guys. They're awesome. That's a celebration sound. Sounds like a fucking bass guitar.
This is the intro to Seinfeld.
Yeah. Yes, we did it! Yeah!
We are the champions, my friend.
Thank you. I'd like to thank...
I like how it's still going past the 10-second mark.
I'd like to thank Prometheus, most of all, for making this possible. I'd like to thank Agamemnon. Without him, this would be slightly less possible. I'd like to thank Fuzzy Slippers for being in the room. Bobby Beetle for keeping us safe from the Irish. I'd like to not thank Ingredients for being a douchebag when he appeared on the podcast. And I'd like to thank all of our many, many guests that I will forget if I try to mention you individually. But most recently, Kelly Nova and Hubs Nova. You guys are awesome.
Ace Nova.
Yeah, I'm calling
Part
him,
of the Nova Corps.
I'm calling him Hubs Nova, because since he's her husband, she calls him Hubs. So I've dubbed him Hubs Nova.
Hubs
I know.
Nova.
I'm clever. That's why I have a podcast.
I got the feeling sometimes you make you know you want to take us under.
So obviously, being on episode 100, we've come a long way. If you go back to we'll start off with the first straight out of Austin episode 1, which was entitled the Thongcast. So if you look, there was this very shapely, rotund bottom for the main picture. This before we even had an actual banner. But it has nothing to do with this woman's rear end. It has to do with apparently Leslie died around this time, and this was March 16th, 2012. And so we didn't really want to put a picture, or I didn't want to put a picture of his ass on there.
Yeah.
So I found a shapely ass that I enjoyed looking at wearing a thong, and I put that on there instead. So it was quite something. Yeah,
R.I.P. Leslie.
R.I.P.
2 years later, I think. A year and a half later, maybe.
Yeah. We're wearing thongs in your honor.
I'm not.
I'm not either.
Well, I'm not wearing. I'm going commando.
I'm wearing boxer briefs.
I'm wearing those streamers that we bought it.
That's where they went to.
I wrapped one around my left testicle.
Only the feeling gets through.
Only.
Pop! Yeah, oh no. I needed that ball.
My testicle.
But it's really interesting just how much the podcast has changed. So obviously, like with the first episode, now we more or less stick to movie, TV, comic book related topics, pretty much pop culture. But
back then, it was anything.
Yeah, exactly. There were no rules back then. It was raunchy as shit.
Yeah.
The first topic on that one was emo teens being killed in Iraq for being emo. So
wow.
Yeah.
I feel bad because I laughed at that.
What place and time are we? I remember that vaguely.
So yeah, it was pretty fucking. It was a fucking emo dark time back then.
I know.
Let's see, what else did we have there? We had Mark, aka Good Luck RoboCop, just raging about Gears of War 3 and how much he hated it. So as you can see, we used to have video games in this podcast, y'all.
Yeah.
Video games. Not only that, life stories, because apparently at the same podcast, a lot happened on this podcast. Is when I got sideswiped and my side view mirror got knocked off on my way to work. And
I remember that.
I remember pulling over to the side of the road, thinking like, "Oh, this guy's totally gonna turn around and we're gonna exchange information." This dude fucking peels off. You just hear this,
like 540, and that's just him going.
Fucking 3 Fast 3 Furious style.
Also, shout-outs to Luis, who's also in his birthday suit from the comfort of his living room.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Luis. We appreciate that.
Sexy.
Yeah. He's wearing nothing but a streamer and smile.
Hey, you take that attitude and shove it up your muffler.
Raunchy, baby.
How am I even supposed to say that? But yeah, we appreciate Luis, not only for joining us on this historic episode, but also for all of his contributions with the comic. Can't even do it. My lips are too wet. The comic.
Your lips are too wet, huh?
I do it an LL Cool J.
There you go.
My thoughts solicited. And just in general, just for, he's like, we've had 2 other contributors, and Luis has obviously been the most
Technically
consistent.
3.
Was it 3 altogether? Oh, yes, that's right.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Well, I'll just get to that now, yeah. So, we've had, we'll touch on it more, but
let's not take away the spotlight from Luis.
Okay,
from
but yeah.
Ice.
Thou
shalt
baby.
be known as Ice, said the Lord, I think.
I think so. I think that was, on his 9th day. He was like, I'm just throwing shit out there. It doesn't matter.
9th day.
I'm done.
Prende el foco, pinche cabrón.
I'm done with my major assignment. This is just going to be After Effects.
Yeah.
But, he's been with us for a while, from the, what was it, the Ultraverse? No, that was...
Oh, man, that was like MySpace.
That was your MySpace
group.
thing. What the fuck was it called? You know what I'm talking about? The comic board before it was the comic board.
Oh, Ultimate Central.
Yeah, Ultimate Central. I knew it
Yeah.
had an Ultimate in something.
Ah,
Yes.
yes.
I said Ultra, which is not Ultimate.
Damn.
Just similar.
Like the best and only forum I've ever truly enjoyed. So badly that I had to be a woman.
So badly
to
that
come
you
back.
got banned and had to come back under the guise of a woman.
Jay Wannaman.
So bad that he had to become a transvestite just to enjoy the form.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
I tried Bendis boards. I think I tried the Bleeding Cool forums.
Oh, yeah.
Or there's another one. I don't remember.
Miller World.
I did millerworld.tv.
I think I have 4 posts on there.
Yeah, it was 20, I think. But I didn't like any of them. They were just too big. But Ultimate Central was just nice.
You like some small.
It was
very.
It was
small.
too populated. There was too many people, and I felt like I don't want to get to know anybody. I don't want to be in a clique or a group. And Ultimate Central was the right amount of angry for me. Everyone, there was your jaded people, and then there was people like the fanatics, and then there was everyone was arguing, and a lot of times it did get out of hand, but for the most part it was you could get really good conversation from there, from a tight knit group of people, and that still happens. So I don't know. To me, that was really what attracted me.
That still follow
to it
us
the
to
most.
this day.
Yeah.
But yeah, Luis says there are other forums. Somewhere out there in the ether, in the internets, Luis, there are other forums.
Yeah, Joe Kaliki is constantly searching them and finding them. He was another post member who became infamous, I think, on the Bleeding Cool forums.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Which they even made a Batman meme out of him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Should probably pimp the website since he has all that notoriety.
Yeah, I'm sure. What is that?
We might get one listener out of
You
it.
sound like the Smoke Monster.
Speaking of that, what sounded like a Batman impression. If we go back to Straight Outta Austin, we had, I believe it was 14 episodes.
Yeah.
And, the first one was entitled The Batcast. Okay, there was 12 episodes. We ended with Street Fighter Cross sexual harassment.
Yeah.
So as I'm sure you can imagine. I'm tempted to not even put context just so people's minds can wander. In fact, I'm not going to. You guys can figure it out on your own. But the first one was entitled When Batman Narrows His Eyes. shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
Have you seen Batman the Animated Series? When they're doing the thing where he narrows his eyes and he punches the dude in the face.
It's true.
And he throws the batarang at the other dude. Yeah, you're about to get fucked up. Like, if he's wide-eyed, you're okay. The eyes are narrowed, you just dive off a building. It's gonna hurt a lot less.
I mean, he'll save you and then beat you up anyway. But at least you tried.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to save you. And just drops you. Ah! What do you put me here to begin with?
I have a no-kill rule. But there's nothing that says that you can't kill yourself.
But pretty much we discussed, everything that we love and don't love. So, like Batman, porn stars, comic books, and, of course, Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
Okay, just be clear. All those things are on the love list, right?
Yes.
All but one. Can you guess which one?
No.
We'll leave that up to your own interpretation, listeners. As to not offend Luis. Whoa, now. Which I know what that was pertaining to, but, oh, man, I don't even know where to go from there. All right, so we'll go on the subject of things that we hate. The very first article on the website, Zombieland review, or how I bitched so much it became an Adventureland review. Yeah. Luis cough, porn stars cough. Okay, speaking of that, before we go to this, there were two posts about Sasha Grey on my Facebook feed today. Neither of which were by me. For full disclosure, so I took that as like a sign from the cosmos that today is going to be a good day.
Okay.
Yeah, one was like a picture of her with some book about I can't even talk today, existentialism, and it was like, I don't know if you've ever seen. Okay, so the way I found out about Sasha Grey is she was on Tyra Banks, and Tyra Banks was trying to convince her to not be a porn star. Ironically, is
I remember watching that episode.
In her career, like, I wonder who this person is.
I remember watching that episode, and all she wasn't even trying to keep her from the career. She was trying to make her feel bad for even wanting to be a porn star. And they kind of like dolled her up. She was wearing like a blue shirt or something. She looked like a fucking teenager.
Well,
and I remember like in the backscene things where she was even like, they even dressed me up so I looked like I was 14 for the audience and for viewers at home.
Kind of dirty.
Yeah, but at the time she was like 22, 23.
Oh, okay. So she'd been in the career she'd been in the game.
The only thing that disturbed me, because I kind of felt like it went without saying, because she asked her about why Sasha Grey. It was like, well, Sasha because that's her name, and Grey because sex is a gray area. There's no black and white for me. Like, I'm willing to try anything.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, oh my god, she likes milk in her butt. Stuff like that.
Wow. Wow.
That's how chocolate milk gets made.
Two dicks in the butt. Everything with the butt. Like candy in the butt, stuff in the butt, just like a lot of butt stuff. A lot of butt stuff. There's stuff in the vag, but that's not as shocking as like,
stuff in the vag.
Putting a stuffed pretzel and stuffing it in your butt.
She did have
and she says
one rule.
Yeah, no, she has 2 rules.
I'm gonna make you break your 2
Excuse me, get it right, 2 rules. She goes, I have 2 rules when it comes to sex. No kids and no animals. I'm like, well, that goes without saying.
Not necessarily.
But like, no barbed wire and no, like, I don't know.
Hey, barbed wire's not off limits.
Masks.
So she pretty much
no clown stuff.
No clown.
That's what I would say. No clown stuff.
Zombieland.
She's pretty much Tony Montana.
No clown stuff. I'd be like, no clown stuff.
Hey, you ain't saying nothing about no kids, man.
I'd be like,
I only got 2 things in this world: my word and my balls, and I don't break them for nobody.
I don't like those 2 things go without saying, but I would be like, like, no clown stuff, no dictators. Like those, stay away.
She also said that she wouldn't dress up like a child.
Oh, so you saw that too?
I don't know if it was during that interview. I don't know if it was during that interview.
She wouldn't dress up like a child, but I mean, she dresses up like anything else, like schoolgirl and stuff. And like, well, you can interpret that any way you want.
What if she's in her graduating year of high school?
Studying
from a Catholic school.
I'm a Catholic school and about to go and take the SAT. But she's failing in physics, and she's got to go to the teacher, the horniest one, to get a favor done.
Well, she did get an A in philosophy.
What will she do?
But anyway, the other post, was about her after porn career, and someone just posts like, I don't know why I'm surprised, but Sasha Grey is a terrible actress.
The Girlfriend Experience.
Yeah.
I remember hearing like it was actually good because it's like Stroderberg or whatever the hell.
Steven Soderbergh.
Strokerberg.
Soderbergh.
And supposedly he's just like really good at like getting people that aren't really actors or just aren't great actors and bringing a good performance
Putting
out of them.
really good angles and shots to make them seem like
so
they're
I was
good.
like, oh man, this is going to be good. And it's like, and she's playing like a prostitute. So I was like, okay, it's not a far cry from what she actually does. I think I maybe watched it like 10 minutes and I was like, I'm just going to go to bed. I don't even want to find anything else to entertain
It sounds like
myself
it starts like the beginning of like a bad Cinemax porno. It's like in those you only watch those because you're desperate.
I wouldn't even give it
nowadays. Like desperate is like I gotta go to empflix.com instead of Clip Hunter.
I have no idea what any of those are.
Really? Man, maybe I'm just really perverted.
I'm not going to ask you to elaborate.
On to the Zombieland review.
They're just free. They're free porno sites. That's all it is.
You hear that, kids?
To all the kids
But
listening.
one's like low def
they're
stuff,
hot.
and the other one's high def stuff. So it's like
This one's only 720p.
That's what desperation on the internet is now these days.
That's your desperation. It's like, what? This isn't in 1080i?
Like, I gotta watch this. In
I can't get
360p.
jiggy with this shit.
It's like,
What is this?
yeah.
When I put this on my projector on my wall, it's gonna be grainy.
I don't want to see low res and hints of green everywhere.
I can't even see the stretch marks.
Yeah, exactly.
So, speaking of stretch marks,
I want to see spit on the side of the cheek I can't see.
I don't need it. So, speaking of spit on the side of the cheek you can't see, Jesse Eisenberg. We know that Agamemnon is a huge fan.
Oh,
Loves,
God, I hate that
loves
guy so
everything that he made. And, so the first thing that went up on the site was his pseudo Zombieland review that became an adventure.
And I hadn't
review.
seen a Jesse Eisenberg movie since that time. What was the
Until-
date on that? 2011? Like July?
Yeah, that was July 16, 2011.
Yeah, July 2011.
You're missing out on so much.
I hadn't seen a Jesse Eisenberg movie since like a month before that was posted. Until 2 days ago, I saw that Now You See Me movie with Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg,
Yeah.
Isla
streak is
Fisher, and Baby Franco. Because I don't know his first name, but he's James Franco's little brother.
That's all people know him by is Baby Franco.
Yeah, and then it has Sir Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman, who
Is it
should be a
Francisco
Sir by
Franco?
all rights.
And Bruce Banner.
Yeah,
Which
and
one?
yeah.
The real Bruce Banner or Mark Ruffalo?
Mark Ruffalo is the real Bruce Banner.
May the force be with
He's
you,
the
sir.
current Bruce Banner, not the real Bruce
He will
Banner.
always be Edward Norton.
I'm sorry, he's not Bill Bixby.
That's what I was gonna say.
Jeez.
And I kept wanting to say Bruce Boxleitner.
I don't know who that is.
Tron?
Oh. Which one?
He was the first one,
Oh.
the Disney 1980 something one.
He was,
He was like the main dude he was the guy that wasn't Jeff Bridges.
Oh yeah, he was.
Olivia Wilde?
You're so clever.
That's the only time I thought she was attractive.
I
Was
thought
in
she
that
was
movie.
really attractive in House.
Yeah, I mean she's attractive overall.
She looked kind of like an alien to me.
Hey, don't
Really
knock
hot
it, try it,
alien.
sir.
Really hot.
Well,
Hey, I'd let her invade my planet anytime.
Uranus.
Oh!
Actually, no, Neptune.
Actually, I live on the planet Earth, sir. So Uranus is not my concern.
Welcome to Earth.
Did your mama ever
Where's
teach you the best with
Where's
Earth?
DMX? What planet is DMX from?
Come on! Hey, you think this is a game? Think this is a fucking game?
I'm laughing a lot. I just have a very silent laugh. I can't do the because it'll sound like an idiot.
Hey, zombie!
Oh my god.
Yes.
Fucking Family Guy. Boom,
What
tap it.
just happened?
So yeah, anyways, I saw that movie and I couldn't stand Jesse Eisenberg
Because he's too great.
for a second, dude. Like, I was trying to remember why I really hate him because the movie started right, and I was talking to my buddy Edgardo about how I hate Jesse Eisenberg, and he was like, man, well, I hate Baby Franco, so you're going to watch this movie, because if I hate that kid and I can watch this movie, and he was telling me about how he dies, well, see, you get satisfaction. I don't know if Eisenberg dies at the end of this movie or not. Yeah, spoilers for
Baby
a
Franco.
2-year-old movie, or 1-year-old movie. Anyways, I digress. So we're watching the movie, and I don't even think we're like 6 minutes into it, and he's talking to this girl and doing that really fast, annoying chatter that he does with every freaking movie that he's in. It's like this. He's not a method actor. He's just like a fast-talking Michael Cera. You know, he's just Michael Cera who can process his thoughts a lot more quickly. That's all it is. And he's just doing it. I'm just like, shut up! I hate that dude. And then, because I was sitting before the movie was starting up, right? And he's like explaining this trick and like wowing this pretty girl. And I was like, okay, well it's been like 2 years. You know, maybe I just overreacted when I first saw Jesse Eisenberg for the first time, because I hadn't seen him in anything else. When I see him, I'm just like hate. You know, just like
hate flows,
pumping,
Skywalker.
just pumping through my heart. I was like, okay, well I'm gonna give it a chance. Maybe it was just over exaggeration of hate after all these years. So I opened up a little bit. Just, you know, it's like when you crack open the door to peek outside, see if it's really cold. Like that.
And then Arctic chill hits you in the face.
Yeah.
And you're like, tonight we are canceling the snow apocalypse.
And yeah, the minute he just started talking, I was like, nope, hate is very real. It is very real. We're going to shut this door back up and just let it simmer.
Just board up the doors and windows.
Yeah.
This hate's not coming out.
Until somebody comes up and be like, hey, have you ever seen The Social Network?
I heard this Eisenberg fellow invented Facebook.
I'll just punch him right through the heart. It'll be like that scene in Dumb and Dumber. When Jim, you know what I'm talking about? Jim Carrey punches that chef dude. He's just grabbing it. He's like, do, and he puts it in the doggy bag.
Nice.
And gives it back to Jesse Eisenberg.
And then he's like, I don't have a heart anyway.
Yeah.
I like Heisenberg.
Yeah, and then he'll start talking fast and my head will explode. And
I love Heisenberg. It was great.
You're goddamn right.
It was great for the community of Albuquerque.
There's actually blue meth now.
Yeah, exactly. He helped the gross domestic product. It's up dramatically. But
Team GDP.
yeah, get that paper. So just move on to we had mentioned, you know, we had other contributors besides Luis. You know, 2 of them were pretty cool. I think they were cool. You know, we had Darren the Barbarian, who may one day write another article.
She's still officially part of the crew.
Yeah.
But she's only posted like 3 things. And
yeah, they're really good. They're really funny horror reviews.
they're really hilarious. It's just, I think, you know, she's doing live. She's young. She's doing the thing. She's doing the school thing, you know.
She's a young
She's doing
kiddo.
the boyfriend thing. So, and he seems like a really cool dude. So.
Oh, yeah. So we had her on the podcast. I can't remember what episode, but you guys can track that down. And then on top of her, well, not literally on top of her, we had Kill Cam, a.k.a. Cup of Coffee. It was one of our first frequent listeners.
He was like the first frequent listener.
Yeah, that is true.
He was like first. Who we thought would be like our token list. Pretty much what like Luis is now. And we thought that he was going to be that dude that was always going to be there no matter what.
Yeah, but like all of our hopes and dreams rest on you, Kill Cam.
Because we'd actually encountered him on the
I
Spill.
first met him on Spill, and we were talking, and then I think I just posted the podcast, and he's like, "Ha ha, you guys are really funny, ha ha." That's my impression of him. I don't know what he actually sounds like.
Like Mickey Mouse.
And I wonder why he doesn't listen anymore. But yeah, he was really cool. And then I almost feel like we gave him like too much attention. And he was just like, "Oh man, I'm a rock star now. I don't need this shit anymore."
He went and did his own thing.
Yeah, but because he was a journalism student, so he wrote a few articles, and then he went off to write for somebody else. Cheated on us
for like 2 or 3 weeks straight. He was writing like a couple articles a week for us, and then he just stopped.
Yeah,
I was like right when we had recruited him, and then he just stopped like 3 weeks later.
Right after you chastised him, I think that's what really drove him away.
When did I chastise him? He
wrote some review that you were going to write a review of.
No, that's not what it was. That is, I had a top 10 games. I had a part 1 and part 2. And he had something similar, but I just told him, like, hey, before you post that, let me post my thing first.
Yeah.
It didn't really matter. I just wanted my two to be concurrent.
Yeah.
That was it. That's all it was.
And it cut him to the core.
Did it?
He is only half the man
I was not
he
aware
is
of
now.
this.
You started looking at him like he was Eisenberg, didn't you?
No.
He looked to the side. I hate chili powder!
I think he meant Jesse Eisenberg.
Close enough. They both ruin lives. They both garner hatred. I don't even like the appropriate sound effect.
It's for me.
Sounded like someone turned on a shower.
Yeah, but it would be cool to get either of them back in any capacity. As far as I'm concerned, the door's open for them. Now there's another.
There is another.
But the door is sealed shut.
Yeah.
And he goes by the name of Ingredients. And we I don't
Rest
know what
in
he would say
peace.
respectively. Yeah, put RIP at the end of his name every time he's mentioned because
Yeah.
he's dead as far as society's concerned. But he wrote one article, and then he bitched about not getting enough views despite not doing anything to help the views.
Yeah.
And then he was on the podcast, and if you listen to the earlier podcast, it's really hard to hear Bobby Beetle, but you can't hear him now. But that's only because he's not here.
Yeah.
But when he was here, he would have a problem with keeping the mic in front of his face because you're naturally you talk with your hands, you move around, you're not used to being
if
fully
you're not used to
stationary.
talking in front of a microphone, or if you use like your dash mic on your laptop, then you can move freely and talk to the side or whatever because your mic's going to pick up everything. But speaking with a microphone right in front of you, it takes practice, it takes some time, and it takes a lot of self-awareness, and then eventually just kind of it ingrains itself in you, and then you just know. And so when you're turning to somebody, you turn, you always make sure your mouth is behind the microphone, no matter where you're looking, instead of you just look away and then, you can't really hear it like that. And,
Yeah, I know what you mean. It is kind of
yeah, so if you
when
turn
they're
around,
talking.
you look left, and then you turn around and you look right, but
What you should do
eventually
before
you
cross
start
the
looking
road.
right, and you're doing it this way, and to where like the audio still picks up really well.
Yeah. So basically, it took us like months.
Well,
to
it
get
took
Beetle.
it took you and Beetle a really long time to get it down.
Sir, I was a natural from day one.
You're
the record will state,
okay.
which I fabricated.
I will say this since it's episode 100.
Yeah.
And I was hoping to never say it. Because
You
I didn't
say
think
it.
We'd ever have this.
You bring it out now, sir.
You are essentially, without you, the podcast would pretty much not be what it is already.
I already knew that.
Oh.
Essentially, mainly because you're a good person that, or not a good person. Well, you're not a good person. You're good with keeping the topics flowing and keeping the keeping the conversation concurrent. You keep it going. You don't really let it falter to where if it was just me and Beetle, there'd be some dead air that we would have to air out.
Yeah.
Or like I'd be like fumbling. Oh, okay. What topic? Let's see. So then when you're like, hey, just do this real quick, and I'm like, well, Beetle, did you know? Just like fuck it up. I would fuck it up. If I had to do that all the time. So thank God, all I have to do is audio. So that's just what I'm getting to. But at first, you guys just had issues. I'd sit here with the audio, and I'd just be like tapping my fingers on my jaw, like, what the fuck? Do you guys not realize you're not speaking into the microphone right now, you sons of bitches? So I'd always be like pointing at the mic, and you guys would just give me like this crazy look while you're still talking, or you would stop talking, and I'm like, no, don't stop talking. Like trying to whisper like off the mic, like, don't stop talking. You're like, and then so like you won't hear what I'm saying, and then you'll just hear Prometheus be like, well, I mean, how come you don't just tell me? So it's like, if you're just listening to the podcast and then you just hear that, you're like, weren't they just talking about X-Men? What the hell is he talking to himself all of a sudden? So there was like...
The voice is all right.
Yeah, there was a few instances of that happening throughout the early episodes. Thankfully, I don't really have to correct Prometheus on a whole lot other than like... Sometimes I do have to correct you, but with Beetle, it's just like him tapping...
Yeah,
the thing, and like that picks up. Like I can hear it on my right now. I can hear that, and I think he doesn't realize that he starts messing with the little thing right here, and then you can hear that the microphone picks up the vibrations off of that. So
They're
if
not
like
good vibrations,
or like
folks.
if he's going around, he's kicking it, and he doesn't realize he's kicking it, or like he's grating his shoe on it like this. Like, I can hear all that, so I'm sitting there and I'm listening. I'm like, and I'll kick the shit out of his foot, or I'll smack him, or I'll look at him like with this crazy like the lazy eye look from 5 Goes West.
You know what we need to do? We need to just have like a card, and you just hold it up that says like "Stop hitting the mic."
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Or maybe I'll just find like one with like a picture of a ref holding up a red card.
Just give a yellow card.
Yeah, yellow card. Yellow card. I'll play a song by Yellow Card.
We should totally do that. Time mark this. I want to remember to get a fucking yellow card. But obviously the main point is that my performances on the mic have always been immaculate. I think that's what you're trying to communicate. And I thank you for having the gumption to point that out.
You're welcome.
It takes true grit.
And I ain't talking about the breakfast. That shit ain't true. It's not even good. But long story long.
Yeah.
So it took us forever for all of us, to finally come together and like, all right, we know how to talk on microphones now. And then here comes Ingredients, who's one of Beatles' friends. And I don't have anything against him personally, even though we talk shit about him on the podcast all the time. I only have a problem with him as it pertains to the podcast. And he was like the worst. Like, we've had guests where it's like they've deviated from the mic and it's been a little bit difficult, but for the most part, they've been good about it.
Right.
But he just would not listen. Like, he would maybe talk into the mic for like 3 seconds and then go on a whole tangent and like move his head like fucking Ray Charles. It's like, dude, you gotta talk into the mic so everything just sounds like this, where everything's off.
There was literally a point where like he was laying down like right where I'm sitting here.
He had his head in your lap?
No. Like, I used to sit over here.
Nibble up the nape of his neck.
I used to, like, when you come over sometimes when Beatles here,
yeah,
and like you're sitting in the lawn chair, like this is where I used to sit, like right here in this corner to my left. But he was sitting right here, and Beatle was sitting where you're sitting, and he was laid out with his leg over there, like behind Beatle's back, and he just chilled out. We didn't have a forced stand at the time, so he's just holding in his hand, just like moving it around.
Like waving his hands
like
in the
it's
air,
a
like
fucking
just
streamer, or like what do you call those things on the 4th? The sparklers?
Yeah.
4th of July things? Yeah, like he's just holding it like that, just like with his elbow on his knee, and just kind of has it like laying there, like off, like pointing away from like towards the TV, and like he's sitting there talking to Beatle, and I'm like, we can't hear what you're saying because the microphone is pointing towards the fucking desk. You dumbass. And he's just looking at me, and it's just like, talking to the mic, you dumb fuck. And he just picks up, oh yeah, so blah 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 blah.
Yeah, he would literally correct it for like.
Yeah, and he puts it on his cheek, so it thinks like you can fucking hear this so fucking well. Like, oh yeah.
You can actually hear it.
Starts fucking.
You can hear his fillings.
Putting it into his ear and shit. Like, yeah, we can't fucking hear you. Take that shit off your ear. Take it out of your fucking curly nappy dreads and shit.
I think it was actually kind of bold at that time.
Do you know who Ben Henderson is?
No.
Okay, he's an MMA fighter who's half black and half Thai?
Half Korean.
Half Korean. Well...
No, he didn't have hair like that when he was on the podcast. Remember, that was like after his quote-unquote Jesus diet, and he came back all skinny and bald.
Oh, yeah, he looked all weird and fucking...
Like Jesus?
No, he did not look like Jesus.
With a bad haircut?
No,
he used to be kind of big. Like, maybe he was like around like 180.
He looked like Christian Bale in The Machinist.
Wow.
When he came back, he lost a lot of weight. Yeah,
black.
But he had this like scraggly, like malnourished hobo look with like scraggly beard, but like you have a nice beard, but like his was like that. But yours, like you touch yours up like maybe every other day probably.
Oh, he touches it.
Yeah.
I see him.
No,
I don't.
It just looks naturally immaculate.
Well, thank you.
I'm asking. That's just how it looks.
Because I'm a fucking boss.
Oh, well, there you go. He isn't. And his gets all, like, spotty.
He's like an employee.
Like, when it first starts, it's all spotty, but he leaves it like that. And I'm just like, no.
I think there's just nothing he can do about
horrible. You look horrible. Yeah, so he comes in looking like a freaking hobo with, like, big-ass baggy cargo shorts and, like, I don't work t-shirt.
I don't work. Did he have fumble fingers?
8 to 5 is for suckers.
Raptor?
Yeah, some dumb shit like that. Now he works at fucking Thundercloud Subs, giving salmonella to all his customers.
Feeling hungry, and he wants something good.
No, let's not advertise.
I go to the Thundercloud in my neighborhood.
I burned the Thundercloud in my neighborhood.
By the way, Thundercloud is a proud sponsor of Straight Outta Austin. And their subs
well, maybe not a proud sponsor.
are delicious.
Or even a sponsor at all.
Oh, by the way, Dave Franco is the name of James Franco's brother.
Nobody
Dave?
cares.
Yeah, Dave.
Dave.
Dave
Hey,
Franco.
Dave. How's your day been, Dave?
He looks so fucking weird now. I
How
see why
was
everybody
school,
hates him.
Dave?
It's just his eyebrows are so thick.
But he just looks
Your
like an
eyebrows are so
unfinished
thick.
version of James Franco because he resembles him, but it looks
Unfinished
like
He's an
version.
archetype.
But it's like if someone was like making him out of like a
Clay.
3D James Franco, and they didn't finish rendering him, that would be Dave Franco. It's like, all right, you got most of him, but this is only 80% rendered. We need
That's
a few
him
more
without
features.
bump mapping.
Yeah, exactly.
That's James Franco PS2 version. And James Franco's like the PS6
That's before you download the HD textures.
for $20.
Insert rumble pack.
I can feel the rumble! Quick, give me my Wavebird.
I love a Wavebird.
Dude, Wavebird was intense.
About a Chiba Hawk.
That was an experience.
Was it?
Dopest wireless controller ever.
Yeah. Before there was wireless controllers.
It was the hipster controller.
Oh!
I actually had
It had
wireless
skinny jean
controllers on my
attachments.
NES. They didn't work for shit, but they were wireless.
But they were there.
Wow.
They existed.
Damn.
Dude, Nintendo was like innovated as shit back
But
then.
I think they were only released in Japan because none of my friends were like poor fucking Del Valley retards, but none of them had ever heard of that or never seen it.
No
Had
offense to
ever
poor
seen
people.
a Nintendo Power magazine, so I had only assumed, and I never looked even now that they were like Japan only, and just wherever my dad got the garage sale from was probably like somewhere like ritzy at the time, like Cedar Park or something
Just
like
went
that.
to Tokyo.
When your friends came over, they're like, "Hey, Jaime,
Now, everybody called me. Everybody called me Jay as a kid. Nobody.
what's that system you got there? That's a niece.
A nice.
That's a niece.
That's a fancy VCR you got there.
A 910 do.
What's Nintendo?
What does that there thing do? Is that a microwave?
It do what you don't.
It's like, hey, don't put your toast in there. Oh, I'm sorry.
What had the
I was just
slot
trying
in
to
the
eat
cover,
my supper.
and it's got this power button. I just thought it was a toaster.
Why is
let
there
me-
an Italian on the cover of this?
Let me go ahead and hit the reset on there, and that'll fix this thing up the way it needs to be
No, a
fixed.
video game.
I burned my toast.
No, I didn't have country friends. They were just like illiterate children.
I got straw on my teeth, and it itches, and I can't get it out.
Oh my god! Let's just change subjects.
I tied my cow.
Why do you think we sounded like that? I had one white friend, and he sounds like a typical white person.
It's the default country voice, Texas
Yeah,
voice.
but this wasn't really country. This was like Pilot Knob.
I
Everybody on the block was Hispanic, or a mixture of black and Hispanic.
hope you don't mind.
And then,
I tied up my
and then-
cow on your bike ride.
and then there were the reveals. Man, fuck you guys.
Country Agamemnon.
I don't know, Rachel. I have no idea what is going on.
I think the milk's gone sour. What? Oh man. Oh my god, the soothing sound of applause has brought me back to reality. I swear, I literally have like tears in my eyes. I was gonna wet myself. Hey, we need some of that blue crystal, B. Hold the chili powder. Wow, wow. I don't even know what we're talking about.
Moving on. Let's just move on.
All right, so
We were talking about ingredients and how much of a bastard he was. How much of a fucking dildo he is.
My favorite part of ingredients when he wrote his cow. Hey y'all, I'd like to be on a podcast. Hope you don't mind the milk's got sour.
What the hell?
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
That was real?
That was real, man. I get this silent thing.
I thought you had an alarm going off in your apartment.
That's my teeth.
When I laugh too hard, I do like this super silent thing, and then that happens.
And then babies cry. So I think this is a good time to bring up the giveaway.
Thank you, Luis.
What do you say?
Weirdest 100th podcast ever. I love it.
We aim to please.
Yo amo también.
We don't always hit the mark, but when we do, we hit the mark.
Like
So-
Robin Hood,
Yeah.
the one with the fox.
That was the best one. Well, that and Prince of Thieves. I was going to say
Prince of
Prince of Tights.
No, men in tights.
Yeah,
Men in
yeah,
tights.
yeah, the one with Kevin
But
Costner.
there was a movie
and
called
Dave
Prince
Chappelle.
of Tides.
Yeah.
I think it was with Nick Nolte before he got crazy.
Nick Nolte was never
Nah, he's
crazy.
a little crazy now, man. He's like that uber conservative crazy, I think.
That's what happens when you get old.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood.
Hey, chair. Talking to you. Talking to you, chair.
Mr. Obama.
Tear that wall down.
Oh, did I sound like Reagan?
You
instead?
did.
No, not really, but that's all I can think of.
Mr. Obama. Tear that healthcare law down.
Yeah, tear that healthcare bill up.
Because it's not as good as the one I put in.
Yeah, even though I just crossed out your name and wrote mine. But before we go to the current giveaway, we're going to go back to the original giveaway. We're giving away a gift card. And very appropriately, we're talking a little bit Southern. Are you going to play it?
No. What was I going to play?
Oh, I don't know. You just pulled up YouTube.
Oh, yeah, because I was going to...
Okay.
Well, just keep going.
No, you don't need to. I was just going to segue from there. But anyway. Oh, yeah, actually, no. We need a drum roll before we announce the winner. So before we get to that, we're going to move on to something else. Oh, I know. I got something. All right, so even though Bobby Beetle is not here, at one time, believe it or not, yeah, we actually were able to convince him. Just hit mute. We actually were able to convince him to actually write articles, believe it or not.
2.
Yeah. Well, one was like an extension of the same one, but it was
Okay,
like
3.
his 5 greatest hits. And they ended up being Red Dead, Bayonetta, and the pictures aren't here, so I don't know what they say. Metal Gear, and... Well, you have to read them for the rest. But
The top one was
Zelda.
Ocarina of Time.
yeah. So so that killed some time. So okay,
But
so
they
yeah,
were really good. To me, it was a highlight of just how good Bobby Beetle is as a writer.
Uh-huh.
He just doesn't have any faith in himself, and
Yeah.
there's no amount of faith that we could put in him. We could be like, believe in the Agamemnon that believes in you.
It's not what you can do for your podcast.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's not what your podcast can do for you. What
right.
you can do for your podcast. And
Hey.
bring me my harem. All right.
Ich bin in Bein. Wait. What did he say?
Ich bin Lein,
Ich
Fraulein.
bin
Schnell.
in ein Linner.
Bless
Something
you.
like that.
But yeah, the thing is like Beetle didn't really
Duh.
even write, and he didn't even like writing. And like the first thing he wrote was actually really good, and we were all impressed. Like, oh man, it's gonna be great having him as a writer. And then you hear the crickets and the tumbleweeds went by,
And
and
you see the blue moon.
yeah, 3 times.
Yeah.
Struck by lightning twice, won the lottery 3 times, and we're Bobby Beetle writing. So it's unfortunate, but obviously,
happens.
Yeah, it happens.
He has no time.
Well, now he doesn't. Now he has an excuse. Oh, thanks, Rachel, for linking Bobby Beetle's top 5 greatest hits.
She should know. because she helped build the site.
Yeah, she knows all. She knows the ins and outs.
So shout outs to Rachel, who's also been with us for a really long time.
Boss.
Yeah. But
very boss.
The boss is
very boss.
So basically, for a contest, I was expecting a lot more participation.
Yeah. Well, we got one. That's all that counts. He won.
Yeah. So.
Or she.
Ironically, the person who and also balls. That's correct.
Of them all.
Balls.
Smog.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Rachel did help move all the articles over, so she is intimately familiar.
Yeah.
So ironically, the person that won, is not listening now that I know of, and didn't listen to probably our most listened to episode, which was episode 98. But he listened when it counted to win the Dark Knight trilogy on Blu-ray, Mr.
Hang on.
Oh, you're just
let it go.
It's only 3 seconds long.
Keep going.
You picked this.
No, Almost.
There wasn't even.
There's no climax. CJ
something.
I don't know. Play the celebration music. Come on, we gotta keep this going.
Celebrate. Well,
good job, CJ. Okay, and so, Rachel
your clap actually sounded like it was part of the soundbite.
Yes!
He
that
is
was a really good clap.
You are my soundbite. So Rachel asked, what was the second word? I gotta know! Well, we're gonna announce that right now. So, the passphrase was pineapple surprise. And most of you are probably thinking, what the fuck is pineapple surprise? That's not a pineapple rice. It's not pineapple upside down cake. It's not even pineapple fucking express. Well, if you look at Marvel vs. Capcom, that is one of the moves that Deadpool uses when he throws a pineapple grenade. And it's the pineapple surprise. So there you have it. Very obscure, which is why I picked it, so nobody could guess it.
There you go.
And now everybody knows.
This is my taunt. Pineapple surprise.
There you go.
Pineapple surprise. 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 Pineapple surprise.
There. If you weren't familiar, if you don't know, now you know. So
voiced by the enigmatic Nolan North.
Is he
who also voices Nathan Drake?
Is he Ken
and everybody else in video games?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's voiced everybody on this podcast. We don't even know. The hell, pickle surprise.
Continue.
Oh, ooh. That one got a little ooky right there. There was some weave and a finger lick.
And a weave lick. And you don't even want to know what happened. It got into some 2 girls, 1 cup territory.
Oh.
What the fuck?
No one must know. So that's it. Congratulations, CJ, who I believe is one of Fuzzy Slipper's friends, because I was trying to figure out who the hell he was, and I put his email address into Facebook, and it said friends in common, Mr. Slippers.
And just as a throwback, I kind of want to play this for the fans.
Okay, go ahead.
As our first giveaway back in, it was like a year ago, I think.
Click that there button.
Click.
So bad.
You ain't messing with my click. 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 That was like great editing. I wonder who edited that. Oh, we can't even read the fucking font.
Yeah, fucking old English.
Prometheus, punch in the wall. They changed it.
This is the rootin' tootin' I'm now. Woo!
We're gonna be doing for y'all the first annual Pit War Like Our Facebook page giveaway.
That's right, because you have liked us for so long and been with us for the beginning that we thought we'd just pay it back a little bit.
Yep, a little bit of what we can get out of our coin purses.
So we're going to start off with a $10 gift card of your choosing.
Hope you choose wisely. That's $10.
It's a tough economy.
It is. Well, let's get to it.
Let's get to it. All right, I got right here my trusty caballero.
Oh, that's a good hat.
Handed down from my grandpappy.
Oh.
He was a Mexican. He was also Apache. He had that blood in him. We keep and we got numbers. The numbers here. We got the names. I mean,
the numbers don't lie.
extremely scripted.
It's very good, very good. All right, I'm going to do the honors. I'm going to reach in
I got
here.
high anxiety. I can't be
See who I get on this one, and the winner is.
All right.
It is Melanie.
Melanie.
You can see
Schindler's List.
Yep, Melanie.
Can you see it? Let's put it down right here.
Well, that's what it says. You're just going to have to take our word for it.
How's that right there, Melanie?
A puncher never lies.
Oh, Sheetler.
Well, Melanie, you are officially the winner of the $10 gift card you're choosing, and we hope that you use it to get a $10 gift card, Bass Pro Shop.
The only place to get your bass fishing needs.
Yep, that's what after this, that's what I'm going to do.
You know,
Wrangle me up some bass.
Yeah, I think I might just hang out at the counter and just eat some worms, fresh night crawlers or something.
That sounds delicious. I hope you save some for
beans.
me.
Have a real cowboy breakfast. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
I agree.
I might even just shoot a gentleman in the street for no reason. In the old west. Well, punchers, we'll see you next time.
That was the most ridiculous. And this guy tried to say, I didn't grow up with anybody that talked like they're from the country.
Doesn't mean I don't know how to sound like that.
My grandpappy.
No, I take it back. There were the reveals.
He was a Mexican.
My grandpappy was a Mexican.
Unfortunately,
there was the reveals.
The milk's got sour.
This dude Jason was so dumb that he traded his 6-speed or 5-speed bicycle, right? And we gave him in return for a probably $90 5-speed bicycle for my brother. We gave him Golden Axe that my dad got at a garage sale for $10. Golden Axe on Sega Genesis 32-bit.
Worth every penny.
He beat that game in like 2 days somehow, he says, and he wanted the bike back. And my dad said, I gotta get my bike back or he's gonna bust my ass again. His dad was a little bit abusive.
Oh.
Well, his dad was also
this comedy like child abuse.
Well, they were like
I feel like an asshole for laughing.
They
At
weren't abusive, but he was like
They just beat him.
He was more physical than he should have been.
That's abusive.
Nah, I wouldn't say abusive.
Come here, son. Let me kiss you with my fist.
They were all in like karate, so all of them were like really fucking aggressive people.
Just fucking ass kicked him when he comes home late.
It's kind of like, if you saw like a mom spanking their kid and the kid's like overreacting.
With a
like,
karate
that's
chop.
abusive. I was like, well, it's just a spank, So I don't know.
And a roundhouse to the face is a roundhouse.
It was a different time. It was 1993.
It was a simpler time. 1993.
Ice Cube reigned the pop charts with The Predator.
The Model T was just coming off the production
Cindy
line.
Crawford was the biggest thing in modeling.
Oh, she's still hot.
Nirvana was a thing.
And it was okay to punch your child in the throat with a closed fist.
Yo MTV Raps.
Shout out to The Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons was still funny.
Was the hallmark of every good American child's childhood.
Yeah, all the good ones.
Yeah, and this kid was like, my dad is gonna whoop my ass if I don't get my bike back, man. Come on.
Was his name Boomhauer?
No, his name was Jason Reveal. And they actually own a tow
He
trucking
revealed all
thing.
the
If you ever
bruises?
see any tow trucking things around the Del Valley area, good chance that's theirs. If they still own it, I don't know.
Can
if
you
they
still drive
do.
with two swollen eyes?
He took a lawnmower across 183 from D. Gabriel Collins. We lived in that little neighborhood right there, across the street from the VFW. They were fucking weird, dude.
It's like Bobby Boucher.
They were those weird country hillbilly people. And yeah, and so 2 days later, they take the bike from the side of our house. And so we just go and get it back and put the fucking... Because he put the game on our porch. So when I woke up for school, I was like, hey, Golden Axe. Almost stepped on it. And then we look around the corner of the house, and my brother's... Well, now my brother's bike is gone. So we run up the street to his house before the bus comes, and we went and traded the shit. We just tossed the game back on their porch and put the bikes in the backyard next to our mean fucking chow chow.
Sounds like the makings for like a blood feud. And this went on for years.
Yeah. It went on for like a good month. And then one day, we were Actually, he works with us, Barrientos. We're at his grandparents.
It's me,
We're at his grandparents' house swimming,
Uh-huh.
and this other hillbilly dude named Nathan Redford.
My name's Nathan Redford.
He comes and talks to the grandpa, and he was kind of like the cool kid that smoked on the bus, back in that day.
I got chewing tobacco in my teeth.
And so everyone kind of looked up to him, but he was just a fuck. He was just another deadbeat. So anyways, he's talking to our friend's grandpa while the rest of us are swimming. He was a diversion so that Jason and his older brother Jacob, because they all have biblical names.
Which one was Job?
Yeah, well, I think he died probably.
He's the one that lost his Ted.
There's no black people. Not in that family.
He's looking at me when he said
well, you had this look disapproving. I was like, oh, well, I guess I have to explain myself.
Well, I was waiting for Job.
I said,
okay, there was CD. There was CD, who's a cool dude. And he
Franklin.
He was half black, half Hispanic.
Oh,
from Arrested Development?
Yeah.
Oh!
My name is Judge.
Oh, shit.
So anyways, they steal the bikes that were on the other side of the fence. And so when we get out, dude, it's Texas hot, 98 degrees outside, and there's
It's hotter than
the thing
Arizona
between
hot.
our friend's house and our house to get back home is a hot pavement road and grass that has freaking sticker birds in them.
I hate those things.
There's those little spike balls
Oh, yeah.
that grow in the grass.
Yeah, they stuck to your socks a lot.
Yeah, and all we had was flip-flops, so those things, they'll scrape us on the side and shit, and so it was not good, and we were wet. We didn't bring a change of fucking clothes,
Obviously not in the Boy Scouts.
Yeah, well, whatever. Anyways, so we were stranded, so we had to walk to our friend Reagan's house, skipping on the freaking road, hot-ass road, and then jumping back onto the grass, and then jumping back onto the road for a good quarter mile. So we got to our friend's house.
Your feet were burnt and covered with those little
Yeah,
stickers.
we had to call my dad,
Burnt and
who
bloody.
was all pissed off that we allowed our bikes to get stolen. Because they stole my bike, too. And my bike, my dad bought me for my birthday.
You didn't even
or
get
for
a golden
Christmas.
axe in exchange?
It's a $150 bike, yeah. So
Not even bubble.
he went and picked us up. He was all pissed off. And then he goes to Jason's house, and he starts... my dad and his dad started arguing. His dad, he's just like a fucking karate master. He was legit good.
Yeah.
Proud of your sensei!
Yeah. I don't know. I think he did... Yeah, he just did, the basic karate stuff.
Yeah, wear these pants for fun. So I can kick a man.
But there was
in his
holes all over the house because they would sit there and practice, and then Jacob and him, and his dad, they had this weird bonding relationship.
That's called abuse, sir.
Yeah, I don't know, I guess. But they would punch a hole in the wall.
bond
He's
with
like,
my
now what
fist."
you're gonna want to do is make a hole bigger than that.
And use your brother's head.
He just said part of the show's name.
Oh yeah, punching the walls. Yeah.
Punching holes in the walls.
Punching holes in the walls, reality. So they get in a huge argument, and my dad just kind of arguing the word is bond thing, because it was a spoken agreement. And so my dad just argued that. It was there's nothing to get mad about. It was not only that, but they stole my older son's bike, which has nothing to do with this whole deal with the game and your son's bike. So that's theft. What you guys are committing is theft on both scales. And then the guys just kind of backed off, and he was like, well, we don't have the money to fight that.
As a southern gentleman,
This fancy Mexican's going to take me to trial and run with the money back to Mexico.
They took our bikes.
And
They
buy
took
himself
our
some
bikes.
drugs and open a cartel business.
They took my bike.
They took our bikes.
Took my bike to run drugs across the border with little Mexican children.
And Lance Armstrong was leading the pack.
Back then he had 2 testicles.
Made him twice as deadly.
And he had little Mexican wristbands that said Viva Fuerte. Yeah, so long story short, we got the bikes back. And that fat fucker, he kept Golden Axe for I don't know how long. I think he gave it to my friend CD, and then eventually recycled back within the friend group.
Golden Axe is a great game, by the
It
way.
is a great game, but we beat the crap out of it so many times. We were like, we're done with this game, and Jason was like, I gotta have this game, baby. And he had all these garbage games. We had Sonic and Mortal Kombat and all the good stuff, Ninja Gaiden and all the good games that were on that system. and he had like
Michael Jackson's moonwalk.
Yeah, well, he had like Echo the dolphin.
I thought Echo was good.
Dude, Echo
Wait.
the Sega Genesis was badass.
Yeah,
It was
like,
okay.
that's not on
It
NES.
wasn't Golden Axe though.
Hey, that dolphin fucks shit up. All right.
Yeah.
But do you want to fuck with Echo? There you go, mic drop right there.
Funny story. India actually has recently recognized dolphins as an ulterior motives. as its own human-like species.
Yeah,
and it's illegal to keep them in like zoos and stuff like that.
Blackfish.
Yeah, like they're their own species. Like they recognize them as a high level, like on par with human intelligence.
That's because they used to be pirates. They were turned into dolphins by aliens.
You do.
Was that the stuff that because they stole Jamaican gold?
Yeah, didn't you see
got cursed?
Curse of the Black Pearl?
No, I don't watch garbage, sir.
The first Pirates was the good pirates. All right,
was it?
and I'm not talking about your pirates.
Pirates.
What?
Pirate Bay.
What are my pirates?
The porno pirates.
Oh, I thought you meant like Christopher Columbus. Like, what is this a Spanish thing now? Is this a Spanish thing? Cristobal Colon?
90% of Spanish-speaking people are not from Spain.
Whatever.
El Chupacabra.
It's El Diablo. It's one of them fighting chickens.
On them fighting chickens. Him and the Magic Man.
Anyways.
But yeah, dolphins are badass.
He had garbage games, alright?
Except for Echo the dolphin.
Whatever. It probably wasn't even his. I
Okay.
probably just made it up. Because I thought it would sound like a garbage game. And now you guys are like defending the shit out of it. And I feel like an asshole for it.
I'm going to get that game and show you how garbage it's not.
What the hell was that? What was the name of the game?
Vector Man?
Vector Man.
Oh.
There you go.
That was a good game.
Yeah. That guy had
What
some
I
balls
remember.
on him.
I remember Toe Jam and Earl.
Yeah.
Toe Jam and Earl.
That game was-
Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
Dude, I love
I'm
Earthworm
surprised
Jim.
Prometheus didn't say it because he like loves the TV show intro.
Earthworm Jim, a super suited fall. Earthworm Jim, something that rhymes with fall. Something.
Balls.
Alright, so I'm going to get into some topics since now we're in the second hour of episode 100!
Yay!
I love how it was like at the end of the thing and it's still playing. But as you know, everybody loves Quentin Tarantino, and everyone's like, "Oh man, Django Unchained, that was such a heartwarming tale of a man's escape from slavery," and we just can't wait to see what Tarantino does next. And so he's like, "Hey guys, you like westerns? Got a western for you, The Hateful Eight, spiritual successor to the Magnificent Seven." I don't know if that's actually true, but
No.
it's true because I said it. So anyway, he was, set to start shooting this movie. He actually wrote a script, and it didn't take him like 5 years like he usually does. And then it struck. Betrayal! Betrayal! Someone betrayed Quentin Tarantino, and he's totally seriously pissed off, and he's so pissed off, he's like, my script leaked, I'm not going to do it anymore, I'm done, fuck you guys, I'm not going to write this movie anymore.
I'm gonna go smell some feet.
Yeah, right. Uma Thurman, your feet smell like strawberries.
Smeet.
Sweet.
It's a mixture
That
of...
sounds like a toe jelly. This is a fine smeat, freshly squeezed,
Just in there.
delicious with toast and honey.
He probably does eat feet on smeat.
Feet on Smeet.
with
Feet on
extra,
smeat.
extra toast. But, yeah, so basically he said, I entrusted this screenplay to only 3 actors, Michael Madsen, Bruce Dern, and Tim Roth.
How do you mess up that name?
Because it looks like Ruth.
Tim Roth, dude.
I know.
And Guildenstern.
Who Tim Roth is, sir.
Yeah, spread it on crackers.
There's Abomination.
I'm liking that one.
He was in The Incredible Hulk with the real Incredible Hulk. But anyway, so he's like, he knew that Tim Roth didn't steal it. Because he's like, Tim Roth is my boy. We go way back.
Yeah.
So it must be one of those other fucks, Bruce Dern or Michael Madsen. And
Of course it was Tim Roth.
that's what I'm thinking. Like, he absolves him of, like, any guiltiness, and he's trying to say, like, one of them gave
It's
it to
Reservoir Dogs. That's what you gotta remember. Reservoir Dogs.
He is the rat.
Exactly, but no one suspected that it was him.
Boom! Oh, spoilers.
Yeah, it's fucking 20-year-old spoiler.
It's on Netflix.
You know, Quentin Tarantino should
right,
just
it is.
get them all in a room and just like start chopping off ears. Like, who tell me what
They
my
should just
script
start
went.
replaying the
Get
Deer
Madsen to do
Hunter.
it.
Just like put the bullet in the pistol.
Did he mount?
Spin
Did he
it.
mount?
The weird guy with the circular glasses.
I'm gonna find out who took my
That was
script.
the movie, right? Was that it? That was that weird guy with the circular glasses? That Asian guy?
Yes.
Right?
Godzilla?
No, it was like that
Watch it
trademark like circular glasses.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
guy just
yeah.
like yelling
Like Morpheus?
crazy shit. Those are like oval. Shut up, man. Just go.
Hey, Oval.
Continue.
Lens crafters.
So yeah, so basically he's blaming it on like them giving it to one of their agents and their agents leaking it.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was Gawker that he's now suing over it.
Oh,
Because I
wow.
guess they were inviting people
It's
to
like the
download
iPhone
script.
4S fiasco all over again.
Yeah,
they
pretty much.
they
Or that
uploaded
dumbass-
the script.
Right. But yeah, I mean, you remember with the iPhone 4 thing?
Yeah, someone left it in a
Someone
bar. or
left it in
something.
a bar because it was a test phone,
Yeah.
and it worked, and it was his
And the
phone.
test failed.
Left it in a bar. Someone found it and sold it to
Bill Gates.
no, I forgot the
William
web.
Wallace.
Yeah, it's like one of those gadget something website.
Gadget Ghetto.
Shut up, man. But then, yeah, then Apple came out and they're
Gizmodo.
like, yeah, Gizmodo, there you go.
I said.
Yeah, they were trying to sue Gizmodo for releasing the stuff. It was like, well, it's y'all's fault for leaving it out there. You know,
Yeah.
we found this shit.
Finders keepers, bitch.
Yeah.
That's why your founder's dead.
So
Gizmodo
yeah,
rules!
Yeah, he'll probably
RP
end up
Steve Jobs.
winning the
Yeah.
lawsuit.
I mean, it's Tarantino. I mean, you would just stick Samuel Jackson on him. Well, apparently Samuel Jackson was going to be in it. They said, I hadn't given it to Christoph Waltz yet. I hadn't given it to Samuel Jackson. I'd given it to 3 motherfucking actors. We made into place. I put it in their hands.
So there's no word as to who actually leaked it?
No, he just has suspects.
I wanted to see
The
that
usual
movie,
suspects. Well, he said he's still going to make it, but right now he's going to publish the script and he's going to do something else. And then I guess... Well, actually, knowing Tarantino, because he always says he's going to do a movie, and he never does. Like, he was supposed to do the one with the Vegas brothers, and then he was supposed to do the the third Kill Bill movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think there's absolutely no hope in hell that this movie will actually come out.
Yeah.
Just given his track record of, oh, yeah, I'm totally... 10 years later, Kill Bill 3, I'm doing it!
Yeah.
Vega Brothers, I found a way to make it work. They're twins, and they survived. That was
Yeah.
literally his whole thing, because, like, it had been, 10 years since, Pulp Fiction and Wizard Old Dogs.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, they couldn't be, because I think he was going to do a prequel, but obviously they're older,
Yeah.
and, space-time continuum. So he's like, well, these guys will be their twin brothers that are avenging their deaths 10 years later. I don't know. He does a lot of drugs.
That makes sense.
But, yeah, and so that never surfaced.
Well, yeah. After he was finished with Django, he said that he was gonna work on a sequel to Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like an all-black brigade where they were just killing
Oh,
white
yeah.
people.
Red Tails, too.
I think that actually turned into the Hateful Eight,
Oh, yeah?
which is now what we're not going to be able to see for another 5 years.
For another forever. So
Makes me
hateful.
sad.
Yeah, that is pretty lame. It's just kind of interesting because the scripts leak all the time, so I just think it's really
Unless you're
interesting.
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, the only thing his scripts have in there is muzzle flash and flare anyway. So
Solar flare.
flare,
Solar flare.
lens flare.
Lens
Lens
flare.
flare.
Just
There
100
you go.
pages of lens flare.
Sorry, I love Dragon Ball Z. Damn.
Yeah.
And then what did you muzzle flare?
I said muzzle flare like a fucking
Muzzle
gun.
flash.
Muzzle flash. Just shooting people in a script. But yeah. So I don't know. I think it kind of sucks because I don't know. I'm always looking forward to what Tarantino's doing. So now we'll just have to wait.
She's doing black chicks.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
their feet.
Yeah, their feet. I was about to say.
He's doing their feet.
Smeat.
I want to put
Yeah.
my meat on their feet. So anyway, speaking of meat, Gal Gadot is signed for 3 Wonder Woman movies.
I saw that.
3, count them.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, the first thing that I
I want
to
to see what they see in her.
Well, what I see is a picture of her holding her gun sideways, which calls into question her
Obviously,
her
that's
training
gonna leave
in
a
the
bruise on her chest.
Well, not just that, but it calls into question her training in the Israeli military because they
Yeah.
would not have her hold a gun like that.
Yeah.
So that destroys all credibility. But anyway, so they're rumoring that this might lead to like a solo Wonder Woman film. I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things, again, it's like premature. It's like, well, we all know that Terrence Howard was signed on for other movies, and we know what happened to him. So
things can always change.
I'm pretty much predicting that she'll obviously still be in Batman vs. Superman, and by the sequel, they'll replace her with Don Cheadle. And we'll get to see what he looks like in a unitard. And the world will be a better place.
Yikes.
So, I don't know. I mean, obviously they're not going to want to change people in the middle of it for her being such a big character.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like I can't even get excited. It's like I need to see what she actually looks like in this movie. Like, how does she perform before I'm like, oh yeah, I'm excited to see her 2 more times after this.
Right.
So, I don't know. I wonder if she's going to be the next Fast and Furious. Or she's above that now.
No, he's dead.
My whole thing is just...
they killed a character?
Spoilers.
Oh, no.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
And Fast 6 or Furious 6.
That's how bad of an actress she was. Like,
whatever
well,
it was.
she can't carry this
Did
franchise.
Jennifer Aniston die in that movie?
No, she's in the next one, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
No! Both
Yeah.
Wonder Womans are dead?
Did she?
Yeah.
When did she die?
She was in the most recent one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in Fast 6.
Yeah, she died in that one.
I don't remember that.
Did Michelle Rodriguez die?
No, she came back to life.
Just to die in the 4th one?
It was like a prequel-y thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a prequel. They all lead up into the 3rd one.
Yeah, to Tokyo Drift.
They all lead up into 3
So
Fast
Tokyo
and
Drift is
Furious.
the last one?
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
It makes
Maybe.
So Bow Wow's gonna be a thing.
What is?
What's going on, Lil Bow Wow?
Now they'll probably have him.
"I'm
He was
the
driving.
Tokyo
He was
plate."
driving Paul Walker's character,
Oh shit!
and then they had a fire explosion.
Shit!
Gal Gadot shot them with her gun sideways. The bullets ricocheted off and caused a horrible
Smacked her in the
explosion.
face.
Yeah, right. It broke her nose.
Yeah.
You ever
So
had
she
a
couldn't
nose
do Wonder
job?
Woman anymore?
You want one. So, that's that. Everyone is obviously excited for Gal Gadot.
Yeah. I'm tentatively interested.
Oh, so here's big news concerning the Marvel movies. I know everyone is going to be very sad about it. But Stan Lee is not going to appear in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh no!
What?
No!
Because he's
It's
probably got that
so
commitment to Wizard World,
sad.
doing all the Wizard World, so everyone can. It's like the Pope when he goes cross country, like he's Wizard Worlding everywhere before he dies.
I wonder if he has like a Stan Lee mobile.
Interesting. Yeah.
Is this the Pope mobile with the M on it?
He's driving around. The horn is like, I invented Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Excelsior! Hey, true believers, get the fuck out of the road!
Yeah.
But I don't know, I just thought it was funny that that's even like news. It's not like he's been in every single Marvel movie. He's missed some before.
Has
Which
he?
ones?
That one that he missed.
I don't think he's missed
been in
any.
Luis, help me out here. Oracle, I need this.
Oracle.
Oh, okay. Well, here's some of these don't really count, but he wasn't in the Punisher or Ghost Rider movies.
Yeah,
They
well,
count.
he wasn't in the Punisher because one, he had nothing really to do with Punisher,
Could have punched people.
and I don't think he's ever truly liked the Punisher character.
He loves him.
But he had a big issue with the way Max was written.
Oh,
Like,
well,
I
yeah.
think that's senseless, and nobody should have to write. Well, like, shut up.
Well, yeah. I mean,
You're old. You're old man.
he wants the fun-loving Vietnam.
I bet you don't see anything above PG-13 rating.
Probably not. Ah, there we go. He won in Iron Man 3.
But-
But I think he actually was. Wasn't he the general? No, that was Captain
I think he
America.
was a janitor.
He was a janitor, and
He was a janitor in Spider-Man, in Amazing Spider-Man.
he's been a janitor multiple times.
Because that's what he would have
He was.
been.
He started.
He
as,
wasn't writing comics.
he started as a janitor, and he was a janitor at Marvel, and he just stole everyone's ideas. But yeah, thanks, Luis, for getting my back. So yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Excelsior.
obviously, when they posted that, it was a slow news day. So it's like, oh my god, he's not going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's not going to be a space alien. You know what they should have done? They should have just taken like a picture of him and just like blue screened it in. And this one, they have the Collector. They just had like Stanley like frozen in carbonite.
Eh.
I think that would have been cool. Right, guys? That would have been
Yes.
cool, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So anyway, they're bringing this isn't even the fucking right link. Well, anyway, this is very sad. This is actually sad news for the Marvel Universe because Samuel L. Jackson says his Marvel contract's almost up. And so he says he's only got 2 commitments left. He said that they don't have the amount of sound to completely grasp all of his yelling. For
There isn't a volume high enough.
yeah, ours only goes up to 11.
Nice.
But I mean, I'm sure he's gonna re-sign up because I mean, he freaking loves to do these movies. Like, well, he loves to do any movie. He's like, hey, am I getting paid? I'm in it.
Well, I'm sure he's been getting nice paychecks from Marvel.
No.
Maybe not his highest paychecks, but it's a good consistency, and he's part of a continuity that people freaking love.
Yeah.
And he's a part of that. He's a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's a part of the Star Wars Cinematic Universe. And, like, there's not a whole lot of people that can really say, like, hey, I'm part of, like, all these huge properties and franchises. I did 80-something, almost 90 movies in one decade.
Yeah.
You know?
And
He's got quite a legacy.
And 8 of them good.
Yeah. 10 of them actually paid off.
But no, he said he's willing to do more Marvel movies if a new contract is offered. So that's pretty much what I figured. I mean, it's more just like, hey guys, you want to see more Nick Fury? Send some of the, some capital my way. I'll look it over with my one eye.
So there's like a Nick Fury movie that needs to be made.
No, then they'll go back and get David Hasselhoff.
Oh shit! Maybe for the Germany version.
That would just be sad. Okay,
Have you seen the Nick Fury movie with Hasselhoff?
Not in a long time. It came on
Baywatch.
TV, I think, once when I was like a little kid.
It was utterly ridiculous, but he was kind of a badass.
Yeah.
According to Stan Lee, that's the real Nick Fury.
Well, technically it is, because
yeah.
Black Fury is the ultimate version.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. But I mean, he's saying like that's the way Nick Fury should be portrayed, and David Hasselhoff should be playing him in these movies. But then Stan Lee also said,
I don't know about David Hasselhoff playing him.
Well, that was the whole point.
I would have.
Some people stand
Without being too cliche,
darkness,
I would have taken Bruce Willis if they had put him in there.
Meh.
Yeah, Bruce Willis kind of carries that old school Nick Fury, or maybe like Aaron Eckhart with like aged.
With his
makeup.
eye Frankenstein makeup, with 2 stars on his face. I've been reconstructed.
I think he would have
from
made
the
a really
dead.
dope White Fury. Aaron Eckhart.
Rachel!
I think he would have been cool, man. I think he would have been a cool.
I said it couldn't hurt your chances.
He would have been a cool Nick Fury.
Boom!
Whatever.
He died and became Nick Fury. Marvel's White Knight.
They will chase me, but I can take it. I don't know. I want to see Liam Neeson. Give me back my helicarrier!
That would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, with an eye patch.
They just like all the movie is someone steals his favorite eye patch. He just goes through Europe just killing everybody, and at the end, it was under this eye patch.
Yeah, he likes it because it's got a smiley face on the other side.
It's
Underneath
winking
it.
at him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Louis said Stanley wasn't in X2 and also the Wolverine and First Class. So there you go.
Huh.
So apparently he's only in the Marvel, like the
Marvel.
Disney Marvel, and he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, fuck
The
those
Marvel
other
Indie
movies.
and the Disney Marvels.
Yeah,
And Spider-Man.
the only the ones that are truly marvelous.
There you go.
Ooh.
Maybe there's a contractual thing that has to do with that.
Yeah,
No, because he was an amazing. No, he
he was an Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I think it's like he can be in the other ones, but it's like you
But
will.
he probably can be in Spider-Man because he's the one that created him.
No.
Well, I mean, I think the whole thing is like I don't think there's any restriction because they want him to be in them, just to like,
Yeah.
hey, let's honor the great Stan Lee.
Wonder why? Oh, he was in the. Yeah, he was in the first X-Men.
Well, usually it's just like scheduling. It's just like, oh, I'm sorry,
Oh, right.
I'm getting a sponge bath, can't make it.
Wow.
Excelsior.
He's like he's using Excelsior shampoo.
I got to scrub off those old skin flakes. They're all green.
His coffee is the infinity formula. What if Stan Lee's like the real Nick Fury, and he ends up like living longer than all of us? And he
I wouldn't doubt
he doesn't look a day over 95.
He is pretty timeless.
He looks the same age as he's always had.
Yeah, he really does. He doesn't look like he's like Will Smith, where Will Smith didn't look like he's aged at all. And
Yeah.
Carson Daly is a fucking vampire.
I know, yeah, totally.
He looks exactly the
And
same.
he's like pushing 50, isn't he? Carson Daly? He's like
like a-
45 or something.
He's like 2,000. He's older than this country.
Oh my
But-
god.
It's older than the country.
He's ageless.
Nobody's taller than America.
Louis said, yeah, there was something he was going to be in, but he had to drop it because of scheduling conflicts. And he said he's now 91, which I'm sure he's referring to Carson Daly. So, speaking of Marvel movies, Robert Redford explains why he wanted to do Captain America, the Winter Soldier. He said, the Sundance Kid wants to experience a new form of filmmaking. I actually read this one, so I don't know what he's talking about. Let's see here.
Oh, I read that the other day.
Oh, did you? One of the reasons I did Captain America, the Winter Soldier subtitle was I wanted to experience this new form of filmmaking that's taking over, where you got kinds of cartoon characters brought to life with high technologies. Redford explains. The Avengers series is a product of high technology playing a major role in the new order of filmmaking, so I wanted to experience that. I just wanted to know what it was like, and I had the opportunity, so for me it was like stepping into a new terrain, just to experience what it's like to play the blues. So basically he wanted to see what was up with all those fancy gizmos. He wanted to see that Flash Gordon technology that they're swinging around in Captain America. So I don't know who he's actually going to be, because I didn't bother. I don't really know who this guy
general.
is. Okay, he's going to be Alexander Pierce, which doesn't enlighten me anymore.
Totally originally made up character.
But apparently Redford's last film was a critically acclaimed All Is Lost, a thrilling one-man survival film featuring almost no dialogue at all. One wonders why the 77-year-old actor would choose to follow a tour de force with a secondary role in a comic book movie! Fuck you, IGN. Not just a comic movie, it is a great adventure.
That's kind of part of the problem.
Doodads, exactly.
That's kind of part of the problem with the way people see like the Marvel movies and the DC movies.
Yeah.
Like, well, they're comic book movies, so they're geared towards kids in general. And they kind of just stay with that stigma.
Yeah, Redford kind of gave that off during that interview. Actually,
Yeah.
He was.
That's the first thing I thought when Prometheus says, "Yeah, he wants to try a different kind of film," and I was like, "Well, he's never really done kids films."
Well, he mentioned doing that different kind of film, but he also said it's bringing a cartoon character to life to the big screen. It's like that's not really what it is.
Well, it just shows you how like disenfranchised he is from the whole experience.
I mean, he's
old. He's
Old.
77. All right, it's a lot of sevens in a row.
He's been acting for a long time.
There's only so much credibility you can squeeze out of me for Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, all right? Paul Newman's already dead, so
He's dead?
Yeah. Spoilers.
May his dressing.
I thought you were talking about Paul Reiser.
Paul Reiser. Well, his career's been dead.
Oh man, so this was funny because I mean, obviously not everyone reads the comic books with movies, but it's a pretty well known fact that Gwen Stacy's dead, and so Cinema Blend has that article. It's like the Mark Webb's latest Spider-Man 2 quotes have us worried that Gwen Stacy might die in Spider-Man 2. It's like, really? Like, what else is gonna happen?
What?
I thought she was gonna get cloned to get a third arm or something. It's like, come on, obviously she's gonna fucking die. It's like, no, I thought she was gonna diet. She's not gonna diet and slim down to a size 0. That's not what's gonna happen in the movie. So I don't know, it was just kind of stupid.
She's gonna dye her hair.
She's gonna be red. She becomes Mary Jane.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna dye it red.
She was Mary Jane Carnage.
Oh.
Thought she was gonna get the symbiote suit and go and get some venom and go and create carnage, and then
everyone would call her Gwenum.
Have some separation anxiety and then go to maximum carnage. So I don't know. It was just funny. I just brought that up. It was just stupid. It's like, come on, really?
Yeah.
Like, okay, it was just funny, especially now, because they had already pointed out, like, hey, comic book fans, she's wearing the exact same costume she did when she died. Like, people had already been pointing to it since, like, the first stills.
Yeah.
And, like, 8 months later, they're like,
this dude writing the article.
You guys think
that
she might die? Because I have a sneaking suspicion she might die.
Yeah.
I love Emma Stone. I don't want to see her die.
Yeah, she was so great in Easy A, and she just has such a charming personality. And I just feel like, someone like that needs to live a long life.
I feel like, she just totally gave me the chance one day we met. I would just, sweep her off her feet, and she would fall in love with me.
Yeah, they need to go ahead and replace Andrew Garfield with Jesse Eisenberg from Zombieland.
I mean me, man. It's just like,
they did have great chemistry in that movie.
Yeah, we need Columbus to rescue Tallahassee. Whatever her name was. Tallahassee was...
with you, Tallahassee was...
Who cares? It was a bad
what's
film.
his face?
No!
Yes!
No!
Sorry,
yes.
2 against 1.
Yes.
You lose. What's that guy's name?
I'm a big one, so...
Which one?
The main guy. That wasn't Jesse Eisenberg. The guy that's
Woody
cool.
Harrelson?
Woody's Harrelson. I can't think of
Woody's Harrelson.
My Woody's got a Harrelson, and the milk's got sour.
Yeah, Tallahassee was Woody. Thank you, Luis.
Woody
Thank
H.
you, Louise.
And Zombie.
Yes.
Oh!
Yes, 3 against 1.
Why? Why did we only have to have 4 people?
Eat a zombie dick, sir.
It's all decomposing in your mouth. You don't even have to chew. I was like, it slowly loads up the fucking clip. Anyway, while he's doing that, I'll move on because I'm sure they will be appropriate for this too.
No, God!
You totally should have saved
No,
it.
God, please, no! No! No!
Saved it. Would have been perfect.
No!
So,
I wasn't play that dumbass fucking song.
so speaking of dumbass songs,
All right, we need to freaking do it. We need to make a sound.
That's why
on the to-do list, Pitward to-do list. Make a soundboard.
DreamWorks is producing a live-action Ghost in the Shell adaptation.
What's the matter?
I was waiting.
I don't even want to think about it.
I was waiting either for the no, or I was waiting for like a continuation of a quote.
Okay. So, okay, on the Refugees of Spill forum, we were actually all talking about this. And some people were for it, and I think a good majority of people were against it. I'm not gonna paraphrase the quotes or anything, but I'm not too excited. But the director that did Snow White and the Huntsman,
Yeah, Rupert Sanders.
yeah, he's attached to direct this film. I don't know who's doing the screenplay, but I don't have a whole lot of faith. If anybody's familiar with Ghost in the Shell, it's a really good serialization, and it works really well because although there's a greater scheme in each season, there's a lot of self-contained episodes that run about, the 22-minute time period most anime or TV shows in general have. But it still intersperses like the information that carries out throughout the series that goes towards the main plot.
Yeah.
Within each episode, so there's always like little things here and there, unless it's just a complete standalone
Complex.
episode. Yeah. Well, I mean that's why they call them. Yeah, that's why they call them the standalone. But
I think this one is actually adapting the movie specifically.
well, I don't know because there's no word on what the script's going to actually be about, and supposedly it's going to be canon, which has me worried because like even the
Like Packable Canyon.
the movies are canon more or less. But like
even the series.
2 of the 3 aren't all that great.
There's
They're
only
like
2.
this. No, there was a third one that was made not that long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Why was I not told about this?
I don't know.
Firing my
I thought
secretary.
it came out in. I haven't seen it, but it came out around November, I believe.
Wow.
October, November.
Recent.
The first one's
ghost
good.
hacking.
I haven't seen it since I was like 14, and the second one I remember liking it, but it was a lot more like, I don't know. I guess
Talking
cerebral.
Heads.
Yeah. It was. I guess it was a little more cerebral. There wasn't a whole lot of action. It was just like a lot of setup and detective stuff happening. And in the end, you get like that 2 minutes of action. Someone's head gets blown off, and then the movie is over. So it's like you get the satisfaction you were looking for, but it's just a lot. It's a very cerebral series. It's very like there's a lot of setup. There's a lot of hooks, and then the line and sinker comes at the end. Where it like baits you in perfectly, but you have to have a lot of patience. It's like, to me, it's like the way I describe it, and I think a lot of people would agree. It's like Blade Runner meets Law and Order. Does that make sense to any of you?
And some crimes are the most.
It's like the
heinous.
future of Blade Runner, so it's this kind of like
Ice-T's in
dystopian. And there's like this guttural language within like the poorer class of the show.
So with Blade Runner, that means it's overrated.
No, I don't think it's overrated. I think there's
Gladiator's
generally a lot of
superior.
people don't get it, and when they think anime or the anime they like the moe shit, or they like the crazy fun shit, or their version of like intense or really good anime is like Cowboy Bebop, because that's the majority of what American audiences are too. But like everyone that around here is like, oh yeah, Cowboy Bebop, great series. Like, well yeah, that goes without saying, but this is also a great show. It's a different kind. It's more of a TV show than it is than it can really be classified as anime. I think. To me, I think it's just good TV.
Yeah.
It's not like, well, to me it shouldn't just be restricted to anime, because it's a really good show and anybody can get into. If you like Law and Order, if you like police serials, you're gonna like Ghost in the Shell. You just have to give it a chance and don't be stigmatized by the the fact that it's animated.
I like sugary cereals. I think with anime, I think that's the good thing about anime is that it's all encompassing.
Yeah.
Like anime just really all anything has to do to be anime is animated by
In
Japanese
Japan.
people.
Yeah.
That's all.
Because
it
all
is.
anime means is animation.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like I always hate when people are like, "Oh, I hate that anime stuff." It's like it's so diverse. You know, it's pretty much like the way that live action movies are in America.
That's what I was
is
kind of
anime
saying.
movies in Japan.
That's kind of what I was saying a while ago. Like when people think, when people that aren't really familiar with anime think anime, they think of like moe. They think it's like, oh, it's perverted.
Yeah, they think of like the giant eyes and the upskirts.
Yeah, they think it's for the creepy fan service otakus, and
tentacles.
there's a fan base for that, but that's what generally
yeah.
gets people hooked into
Hentai.
anime these days. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say hentai, but
I mean, the Boondocks is anime.
Technically.
technically, yeah.
Well,
Only maybe in style, but
well,
Yeah.
I thought it was animated in Korea
It's
for season 2.
the same. Yeah, season 2 and season 3, the same people who animated
Afro Samurai.
Legend of Korra, and
That was close. Avatar.
I can't remember what else they do, but
The Last Ender.
they animate the Boondocks.
the bend. Okay, cool.
Never saw season 2. But yeah, apparently, okay, so the third Ghost in the Shell is a prequel. Ghost in the Shell Arise, Border 1, Ghost Pain.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the name alone, it sounds like garbage. Although it did release on my birthday in Japan, so that's pretty awesome. So
Does
I
it
guess
get favorable reviews?
it got a 7.3.
Well, it's not too bad.
So it passed.
Out of 10?
Or
like 7.3?
Out of 100.
Oh my god, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's worse than Man of Steel.
Yeah, you are.
But
You are
I don't
my
know.
movie.
I just don't have faith that you can do an hour and a half live action movie and have it as like engrossing or as captivating, I guess, as the anime version. Because the anime version, you can just sit there and it's like it tells its story and it's part of the canon, and they're good. That's a horrible description, by the way. But I don't know. I just don't have I have a feeling like in the live action, what they're gonna have to do, because if it's gonna be released for general audiences, they're gonna try to make it PG-13, and 2, you're gonna have a lot of setup. 3, you're gonna have it appeal to a wide amount of people, especially people that don't normally go for the anime thing, and still have it appeal to the core audience. And I don't think they're gonna be able to do all of that.
I think for me,
And
like
I think they'll be able to do a couple things,
yeah,
but not
None of them
not
good.
enough in order to make it a very successful film. Before it's gonna be like, oh my god, this is gonna be a great series to like run with for the
Well,
next
it's Hollywood.
decade.
yeah,
Right. But it's just not gonna do. It's gonna be like to me. It's got King of Fighters written all over it.
You know what I was gonna say is this is gonna be Old Boy all over again because it has no audience. People that love Ghost in the Shell don't want to see a fucking adaptation, and people that have never heard of Ghost in the Shell are gonna be like, "Oh man, I gotta go see this Ghost in the Shell movie. I don't know what the fuck is going on in it."
Right.
And then obviously just adaptations in generally aren't that good.
Yeah.
Something gets lost in translation.
And I guess the other point I was trying to make was that, you're having it, trying to adapt it, and supposedly they want it in canon. They want to put the live action in canon, and it's like, okay, well, if it's in canon, then you don't have to explain who everybody is if you're just having it appeal to the core audience, people that already know the Major and Bato and Togasa and the Section 9 Chief, all those cool people. But if you're going to have it appeal to a general, like a wide selection of audience, you have to do all that. You have to introduce these characters like these people don't know them, and you have to call them by like their first names in that weird way that movies do, like Salt or something like that, where it's like they're introducing you to everybody, so they're just throwing the name out there over and over, and it's like that's not really what Ghost in the Shell is about. It's like there's just dialogue, and then it expects you to know who these people are.
Your name is
And there's
Ebony
episodes
Salts.
that single out each character so that you get familiarized, and by the second season you know them all by their first names. So when you see them talking, you're just like, oh, Major's talking to Bato. But in the movie, you're going to have to keep throwing that in there, and I think for like core audiences even, this is going to be annoying.
Well, they're probably going to just put everybody in high school,
Yeah.
they did with
High school.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Sex up the Major, have her in a skirt.
Because if you're going to
Have a
compare
pointless thong.
it to any movie, it's got to be Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah. Oh
I don't know.
god.
Have you seen King of Fighters?
No, I did not even know that they had a.
I think King of Fighters is part of like the trifecta
awful.
of garbage movies. Yeah, King of Fighters, Tekken, which I honestly haven't even seen yet, and the Dragon Ball Evolution. They're just
Tekken's bad. I can tell you that.
horrible. Hey, welcome to the King
Dead or
of
Alive,
Iron Fist.
however. Dead or Alive, however.
I will take your word for it.
You know, Dead or Alive lives up. The Dead or Alive movie lives up to the video game simply because all it is fan
chicks.
service. It's just hot chicks
Okay.
playing volleyball
I didn't know
and
they
then
had
fighting.
When did that come out?
It is such a fun movie.
Okay, wait,
to me, it's a
one
guilty
question.
pleasure. Like I
When
like
did it
it.
come out?
If it lives up to the video game, is there a bounce mode?
Well, they play volleyball.
But is there a bounce mode?
No, there's not.
Then it does not live up to the video
Who
game.
is
The
in
defense
Dead or
press,
Alive?
Kevin
Jamie
Nash.
Presley, that weird-looking Asian German girl from the Fast and Furious movies.
And also
She was in the
Sin
Fast,
City
Too Fast, Too Furious.
and Three Faster.
She's
Three
like half. I
Furious.
mean, she's kind of cute, but she just has this weird, like, scrunchy face.
She looks like she's sneezing all the time.
Yeah, and she's got freckles. Maybe that's why.
Yikes.
Who else is in it? Jamie Presley,
Kevin
Jamie
Nash,
Presley,
one half
and
of the
Jamie
new
Presley.
world.
Some cute European chick, and nah, she's nobody. She's like a throwaway
Baby Franco.
actress.
Jesse Eisenberg.
All right, so nobody is in that
Kevin
movie.
Nash is in it. He plays that the Hulk Hogan looking dude.
You should have just had a
Which
whole.
is kind of weird.
Yeah, so nobody is in it.
Nobody's in
It's
it.
not a great movie.
Jamie
with
Presley's
acting.
not a nobody.
Yeah. What is the last
Come
thing she's
on.
been in? Dead or Alive?
My name is Earl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exact. The defense rests.
Nobody even remembers My Name is Earl.
I remember my name is... Okay.
As I said, nobody. Nobody. Okay. Anyway. Something that people do remember. The Fantastic Four. So they're bringing this up again. Apparently now, I mean, it was rumored before.
Luis
Luis remembers it.
Don't admit it now.
Petra Schwarm remembers. But, you know, there are rumors about Michael B. Jordan playing Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. And so, since they're still throwing that out there, it seems like it's a good chance that he might actually play him.
Who is Michael B. Jordan?
Have you ever seen Chronicle?
No.
Well,
He was-
that's all I've seen him in.
Let's see. Chronicle, Fruitville Station, just came out recently.
Is that a video game?
No.
Fruit Ninja.
It's a
movie.
it's a
I think
movie.
my son plays that.
It's a movie based on a real event.
Fruit
You
Ninja.
didn't see that one. He's in the upcoming movie, That Awkward Moment, with the other... what's that guy's name? Zac Efron?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I hate that guy. Ugh.
Michael B. Jordan is black.
Okay.
And people are like,
That's what the B stands for.
Michael Black Jordan, yes.
Oh, that's messed up.
You know what? I kept hearing his name.
Just in case you didn't know the difference between Michael Jordan and Michael B. Jordan. You know, I bet you the only reason why he's Michael B. Jordan is because since Michael Jordan's actually an actor, and no two actors are allowed to have the same exact name, so they probably is like, hey, you're gonna have to add B.
Does Michael Jordan actually really count as an actor, though?
As long as he's acted and done a movie and
Space
is part of the
Jam.
guild,
I don't know if he was really acting, though. I think he just came on set and they're like, hey, they just threw him a basketball.
it
Like,
doesn't.
let's
It doesn't
play
matter.
around.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, you have to. Your name has to be different.
But, you know, when I first had read the story, like months ago when they first announced it, I was like, Michael Jordan's coming back to acting? I was like, oh, it's
He's gonna be
awesome.
Johnny Storm. I don't know if I agree with that. What? Because he's black? No, because he's old.
It's going to be Fantastic Four versus the Monstars. You're the dream team. Well, we're the mean team.
Actually, no, Johnny. We're the Fantastic Four.
Oh, sorry. Force of habit. They just roast all of them. All right, so let's go fight Galactus now. These guys are all dead. But yeah, the whole thing.
So
like,
he's a good actor.
Yeah, he's actually really good. He was in
He's okay.
he was in Friday Night Lights too. He was in
I
Friday Night
never
Lights.
watched that show. I never watched.
Okay,
that show.
so
Matt
you
Damon?
have
I think I know who you're talking about now. But he's black, and that's why people have that's why people have an issue with him.
But the director of Fantastic Four, Josh Trank, directed Chronicle. Worked with him.
So
in
he's
that.
like, okay, this
Yeah.
dude's
He's like, I gotta
my
bring
little
my-
Johnny
Yeah, he's
Storm.
gotta
like,
bring
he's
my
like he's
boy.
legit. He's legit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Too legit to quit.
So he sees something in him.
Yeah.
If if he wants to work.
He sees the
with him
fire
again.
in his eyes.
he sees the flame on.
his on his body that needs to be extinguished before it causes.
I actually want to
serious-
know what Luis thinks because Johnny
Skin
Storm's
injury.
one of his favorite characters. So.
Oh yeah, Luis,
What's
chime
your
in.
opinion, Luis?
Well, while you're chiming in, so Sue Storm, there's two people that are running to play her. There's
Not Jessica Alba and not Jessica Alba. Yes.
I wish it was Jessica Alba, but no, it's Kate Mara, and I don't
Okay.
even know how to. There's so many vowels in this.
I'm
chick's
thinking
name.
Rooney Mara. Well, I think it's actually
Mara.
Kate Mara's sister.
Yeah.
Kmart?
Yeah, because it says the sister of Rooney.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Rooney Mara was the remake girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh.
She's very, very beautiful.
She would have been cool. And then there's Cesaria Ronan. I don't know who that is. Apparently,
Is that a WoW character? I don't get it.
he says it's weird. I have to see the footage.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I mean, he has the personality because, like, his character pretty much in Chronicle they get telekinesis, and he's like pretty cocky. So that's where like, oh well, he has the personality to play Johnny Storm.
Oh, okay.
So that's why people are like, well, that makes perfect sense. And then people are like, oh, but he's black. It's like, well. They can either be biracial or they can be stepbrother and stepsister. I mean, it's like, to me, the whole
He could be
thing...
adopted.
Will Ferrell's gonna be in it.
That would be awesome. Will Ferrell is Mr. Fantastic?
Dude.
Do we just become best friends? But to me, like, to me, the Fantastic Four is the most plain and boring of the Marvel characters. It's like, let's spice it up. Come on.
Yeah.
Throw a little heat on that. A little bit of Michael B. Jordan. A little bit of Michael Jordan, some cayenne,
Some
and we
cayenne
can get it down to some chili P with some Michael B.
Let me set this party up right. What's gonna be? What's gonna be? What's gonna be? Well.
So even the Mary Sue points out, they're like, well, no matter what, I mean, we've seen the original Fantastic Four movies.
They're awful.
Yeah. So
The only good part was
Chris Evans
Chris Evans and Michael Chiklis. Yeah.
and Jessica Alba.
No.
She was good to look
Dude,
at. On mute, right?
I loved Jessica. When I saw
And she
her
was
in
Obama's
Idle
Dark Angel.
Hands, I was like, that girl's going to be
Oh.
famous.
She was.
I'm going to follow her, and she's going to be famous. And I said the same thing about Emma Stone, and I was right for both. So I was always like, a little pat on my back. I was like, yeah.
I said the same thing about Vanessa Hudgens that I still yet to be proven right.
Everybody. Okay, I get it. But yeah, and then when I saw, I was like, okay, whatever. You know, people are just flipping out because she's, you know, Latino, she's Hispanic, being a white character, so people are all pissed off. But then when I actually went to go see Fantastic Four, I was like, she fucking sucks. And like her stock just completely went down after that. I was
It
like,
really did.
I don't even. I want nothing to do with this woman. But apparently, in like a lot of her interviews, she like resents her Hispanic heritage.
Yeah,
and I don't know
I've
if that
heard
was
that.
just a thing for Hollywood. Well, it's just because Hibiki throws it in my face.
Yeah.
She was like, you know, she doesn't even like being Latino. I was like, oh, okay.
Which is odd because she's been in both Machete movies.
Yeah.
She
Yeah, but
likes
she
it
plays a
when it
generally
pays
like
well.
non-Hispanic character. Yeah.
She speaks Spanish in it.
And she even opted out of
She
doing like the
hablos
shower scene.
español, sir.
Yeah,
Like the part where it makes her look nude, they actually CGI'd the bra off.
No!
Or like they pasted her face on there, some weird CGI shit.
They had the Bruce Lee
like
cardboard
none of that
cutout.
was like her actual body.
Well, that was the whole thing. She has like since like the beginning of her career, she's had like a no nude clause.
And then and then the Machete, she's like in this really like skimpy outfit, but they never get a good shot of her. It's just like not until she's on the bike in the dark at the very end of the movie
Where they-
you can see like, dude, she's wearing like a really skimpy skirt, but you can't really see anything.
where they're using the Bigfoot lens, so everything's just all blurry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was. But hey, in Idle Hands though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I'm glad you brought her up as her being Hispanic, and they just never really mentioned it in the movie. But, you know, she's supposed to be Chris Evans' brother.
Mm-hmm.
They should just do the same thing with Michael B. Jordan. Don't even mention it. Like, don't even say they're half-brother,
Well,
they're
they
adopted.
shouldn't.
But
Yeah.
I just think it would be funny. Like, they're like, the whole time, but no, the whole time they're talking about, like, their biological siblings, and they never mentioned it. Just so
Yeah.
people are just like... they're just waiting for the line the whole movie,
Yeah.
and then maybe the after credits be like, it doesn't fucking matter!
No. Here's how they're gonna figure it out.
Alright, I'm listening.
You know they take that magical space shuttle into space, right?
Yeah. He gets
He's white, and then when he gets hit with the cosmic rays, he gets his flame on powers, and he also turns black.
He gets touched by the black flaming Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I was about to say that the actual like Michael Jordan, like he like
Oh
he,
my God.
he dunks over their spaceship, and that causes the cosmic rays.
They
and
crash into each other.
Yeah, and like the story.
He was on his way back. I was like, wait, how's this WB Fox thing crossover?
The storyline before they go into space, he's trying to get drafted to the NBA. He's like, "There's only one thing that I'm missing, Michael Jordan."
back in 1995.
Yeah, if you're out there, send me a sign. And he sees like in the star in the constellations, it's like the Taurus. It is like, oh, finally, and then it turns out that the space shuttle is supposed to launch from Chicago. and as they're going through the Van Allen belt, you just see Michael Jordan, like E.T. style, just diving over the freaking shuttle. They're like, oh, we have too much turbulence, we gotta take this down! And they crash land in there, and then he gets out, and he's like on fire. He's like, what's happening?
On fire!
And then when he goes back to regular, he's like, wait a second, I can play basketball!
I'm on flame!
But just to make it ironic, it makes him completely terrible at basketball, but a really awesome superhero.
And then the rest of the movie just turns into NBA Jam.
Downtown!
And he's just bragging about how he gets all the white women. It's like, Johnny, you got white women before you became black. I know, but I get a lot more now, some reason.
I got a bigger dick.
Not the crummy little one Dad gave us.
So it's always funny when people complain about an actor playing a different race. Pacino was in Cuban last time I checked, and people love that actor / character. Ever seen Jessica Alba in the Disney movie Punks? 16 and on her way to stardom. Wow.
Oh, that's an old one. What's
like
so fun?
I just interpreted that in a completely different way. Just going back to the Sasha Grey topic. 18 and on her way to stardom.
I bet you that's what they told Sasha Grey. Too.
Yeah, probably. You're going to be casted as
You'll be
Sue
a-
Storm.
oh,
Just you wait.
They'll be like, oh yeah, you'll be a big star.
You keep swallowing that meat. You're going to go somewhere. Oh, this is the second part of the article I almost forgot about. That would have been sad.
Reed Richards?
Yeah, Reed Richards. Forgot all about Mr. Reed Richards, Mr.
The most
Fantastic.
boring character in Marvel Cinematic
Yes,
Universe.
the most boring character. However, Game of Thrones. He might be played by Kit Harington, other known as Jon Snow, or
No way.
Richard Madden, also known as Robb Stark.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so
Mind
that
blown.
yeah, so
My
that
mind is blown.
that actually makes me very
Actually,
excited.
I would rather. What's Robb Stark's real name?
Richard Madden.
I would like to see him.
I think he would make a really good Reed
I think,
Richards.
yeah, I would like to see him. Kit Harington, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But no. I think Rob Harrington? Or Richard
Harrington. Maybe
Sorry.
we should call you the Fantastic that lost
Okay,
the
but
cosmic ring.
then who's Doom?
Doom, Kit Harington.
Kit Harington, yeah.
You know nothing, John Doom.
Yeah. John Von Doom.
I don't know who would be a good Doom. Liam Neeson.
Oh.
Give me back my
He'd
face
have to be
plate.
like the same age as...
They're going to get Tom Hardy to be Bane.
Dude, that would be
Doom.
awesome. Only when I've stretched you past your limits will I allow you to die, Mr. Fantastic.
Actually, I would like to see Tom Hardy as Doom. That'd be good.
Yeah, I think he would be a good... He'd be like this buffest Doom you've ever seen.
I know. Well, you wouldn't really see because he'd have all the metal.
Yeah, that's true. He's even bulging out of his metal.
Yeah.
I do squats.
No, they
every
should
other
get
day.
MF Doom to be Doom.
There you go. But he's black. But he's a rapper.
Yeah, all his verses are rapped. He's like, Reed Richards, you're trying to defeat me soon, but you can't because I'm motherfucking Dr. Doom.
A bunch of rhymes that don't rhyme.
Louis says, the other guy in the movie, Michael B. Jordan, was once rumored to play Reed 2. The movie, I mean, Awkward something. Socially Awkward Studios? The movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know the other kid that was in Chronicle is going to be Harry Osborn. The weird kid.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
flips out.
And he actually looks like he plays the part. He actually makes me want to go see Amazing Spider-Man 2. I won't.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, you will.
I'm calling it now.
I won't.
I'm calling it now, just like you called that you'd watch Great Gatsby on opening day.
Whatever. It was a long time ago.
Oh, Leo.
Leo better get his Oscar this year.
He
'cause
won't.
He was great. I know he won't. I bet you anything Jonah Hill's going to get one from
No,
Wolf of
I
Wall
told
Street.
you that he would for one of the most raunchiest movies he's ever done, and then he'll get an Oscar for that. Oh, we got Anonymous 963.
Dude, the
joining
movie
us.
starts. You came in the perfect time, Anonymous, with Leo with like a candle in his butt.
Yeah. It's like he does all these really great films, right? He does like Titanic, What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Well,
can we omit Titanic from the record, please?
Well, whatever. He does all these great films, and then recently Django. But he's gonna win an Oscar for the movie that involved blowjobs and sex and quaaludes and cheating people over.
Hey, he earned
He's going to get an Oscar for that.
He's not Denzel.
I don't know. Maybe they will give him the Denzel.
I don't know. You like to get wet.
That's angel dust, Leo. He comes on stage with all high, and Denzel just laughing in the background.
Yeah, that's true, Luis. An Oscar is an Oscar.
Unless it's given to Halle Berry.
Unless it's a grouch. I made another funny.
Oh, man.
Oh, Roku Saki.
But yeah, I want to see a Training Day prequel.
What is that? Sounds so familiar. Oh no! Wait, no! Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Good
job.
Yeah. High five.
Cowabunga, dude.
High five.
But yeah, I want to see a Training Day prequel with Leo and Denzel.
We talk about.
But he's gonna be so old.
We talk about
Denzel.
when Denzel is ultimately picked to be Green Lantern.
Green Lantern taking Superman on his first day.
I want to. I actually want. While we're on,
crush up that kryptonite.
We're so saturated with remakes. They should just do a remake of Training Day, and just have Leo as Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
And Idris Elba as Denzel Washington. You see, Idris Elba is just like
Heimdall as
rechanneling his character from The Wire. Man, I didn't know you like to get wet. He just like pulls his glasses up.
I am canceling the apocalypse. Anonymous asks, speaking of movies, how's World War S going? AKA World War Shia. I don't know where the L came from.
Shia Styles.
I think I'm on page 2.
We're still on the cover. We're still writing the title.
I posted up that the Lonely Island crew posted up the Ooh What You Say skit from SNL. I guess they got the rights for it or something. So they posted it up on
ain't got nothing on me.
Nice.
Shoot program, 23-hour lockdown. I run this shit. I run Asgard. You just live here.
Frost Giants ain't got nothing on me.
Thor, give me that motherfucking hammer. It's hammer time. Dude, Denzel in the Thor movies. That's what we need.
Yeah.
That would be great.
They need to make him a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Just invent one.
Yeah. They could. I mean, they invent all these. They invented Coulson. Look how much.
Well, they have. There's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agency called Wand, and it's like the like their sword.
Yeah.
Which is like the space
program.
program,
Like
and Wand is like
Potter.
it's like the magical program
For the Harry Potter.
They should just have him there to where I've never really done magic movies. Just have him just be like that one dude. Put the skeptic, he'll be like the Scully of the group, he doesn't believe in any of that shit or know how to work any of it, but he's like one of the most efficient
The truth is out there, Denzel.
Yeah. Man, fuck you.
I want to see the Days of Future Past with Wand.
Shut up with
and
your
they
magic
have
ass.
they have all the magic characters that are dead. It's like you see Rob Stark are laid out. Harry Potter's in chains.
Harry Potter in chains.
He's just being marched to a death camp.
The Loch Ness monster being roasted on a huge kebab.
Is he Bigfoot at large?
Yeah.
Harry Potter's like, I should have taken that wand that gave me supreme power instead of breaking the fucking thing and throwing it over
Bigfoot is
a
just
bridge.
John Lithgow.
Indy. Thor is the god hammer time. Oh, nice.
The god of hammer time.
Can't touch that. Yeah, can't lift that.
Minyor!
Meow meow.
Come to me.
Bondage.
What?
I don't know, but I like where this is going.
50 Shades.
Yeah. 50 Shades of Heimdall. Once he stabs that little sword in there, that's when the party starts.
Oh.
When he puts the sword in its hilt, the disco ball drops.
Yikes.
Hey! Can't stop the fiesta! Can't stop the party! Pitbull comes out in the Gimp mask.
God. This is really weird, contorted posture.
Nice, Luis.
Oh, nice. Very nice. 50 Shades of Jean Grey. I would watch that.
Oh.
I would watch that. I was reading some article and they said they're toning down. Oh, the Harry Potter and James. his body doubles Elijah Wood. There's a meme, and it's Elijah Wood on some talk show saying every time he went to Japan and some fan wanted him to sign a picture of whatever the Harry Potter kid's name is. and the Harry Potter kid had the same thing happen and thought he was Elijah Wood. So he decided, I'm not Elijah Wood, I'm Harry Potter, whatever the fuck his name is.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah,
Daniel
that's
Radcliffe.
right.
I would
Daniel
I'm Harry Potter.
Yeah, he's just like
Harry Potter. I'm not Frodo.
I'm Harry Potter, motherfucker. What is motherfucker?
Ain't you ever seen my movies?
This is the way I cast spells.
Just completely confuse him. Oh,
forgiveness.
what happened?
It's a complete tangent, but I remember in college when I was studying Japanese, and one of the TAs there, like
What's a TA?
The teacher's assistant.
Oh,
No, it's not TNA. All right, get your mind
the
out.
Apple kid.
And I'm a PC.
No,
But-
I meant like the kid that brings in the apple.
No,
Oh,
she brought in.
and anyways,
she brought in
I'm
sushi.
bringing down the vibe.
But no, this whole thing was like, because she spoke pretty good English, but she didn't really get the slang. And she one day she's like, "What's bullshit?" My roommate always says bullshit.
I thought you were gonna say bougie.
They probably would have a problem with that one too, but because in Japanese they don't have L's,
Right.
so it's like buru sheet or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was just funny, just like trying to understand. Can I explain to someone like the concept of
Burushi.
bullshit? It's just like,
Arugrin.
you say arigato like we say arigato. I've enjoyed this conversation in English. So moving on to another topic. Wow, I don't even know what that subtitle is. But Kevin Smith has announced his new film. It's going to be called Krampus, a demonic creature who
Krampus?
Yeah, it's pretty much like the evil Santa Claus.
It's like evil Crumpin.
So let's try to
Remember
cramp
Crumpin?
Evil Crumpet.
so let's try to cramp your style.
Crumpin with that weird like dancing thing.
Hyphy, get hype.
I forget hype. Get hypoo. Grab my waifu.
Basically, it's a horror anthology. Sounds more like a horrible anthology. Am I right, guys?
Ah.
Woohoo! Centered around Santa Claus's European foil, the Krampus. So the Krampus is a demonic creature who punishes bad children on Christmas while Santa rewards the good.
Sounds like a bad attempt
school
at
special.
making his own version of the Necronomicon or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. But, okay. Oh, I love this. It's becoming increasingly popular in the States. Which ones? Because obviously not in this one.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that shit ever. Like in fucking Tennessee? Is that where it's popular? Rhode fucking Island?
Tennessee.
Not Tejas. Not Tejas. So anyway, okay, well, this answers my question. Fucking California. Last year, big cities like Los Angeles and Chicago.
Oh well, they're godless. Of course, they have to have something. They're not afraid of Jesus.
Well, yeah, the Krampus is just like R. Kelly. He goes and steals children. And peace on them.
See, that would be a good horror film.
I'm gonna be sitting here urinating.
I'm creeping in your room,
Right up in your
peeing on your
mouth.
heads while you think you're asleep. Warm in your beds, I'm gonna pee on you. But anyway, so they've hosted Krampus Fest, which included European
YOLO
the
swaggins.
YOLO Swaggins.
YOLO ring in the mountain.
That's my new screen name. I'm going to go on America Online. I'm going to go on Abe.
Ow! I just had something pop in the back of my head.
Gotta pop
I
in
think
a
I'm about
bucket.
to have an aneurysm, guys.
It's like, yo, Smog, the
Oh.
name's YOLO Swaggins, motherfucker. So give me that, whatever that diamond thing he had to steal was. I'm bringing it back to the dwarves.
Mithril.
Okay, so apparently I guess this
I
is
don't
a
know,
European tradition where adults dressed as the Christmas devil roam the streets while rattling chains to frighten naughty children.
I think I would be more afraid of Futurama's robot devil than
Yeah.
anything these idiots are conjuring up.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that a DMX Christmas? Dude,
Merry Christmas! What?
I want to hear a DMX Christmas special.
Come
on,
on.
motherfuckers! What? Celebrate the holidays! Come on!
You know he sung the Rudolph
Did
song,
he
right?
really?
Yeah. I thought you guys heard that.
No, God, my sled tonight! Come on! But anyway,
The reindeer, what?
so like, okay, that's what this picture is. Because there's this picture of this weird devil thing, like licking a child's head, as it like bounces it on its
Dude,
knee.
close that out. That's kiddie porn.
Probably the fucking Secret Service are on their way to my house
NSA's
now.
listening to you.
Yes, Anonymous, you did a funny. Give yourself a pat on the back.
I made another funny. And then cue in bad 90s music. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
So yeah, so I don't know. I want to be excited that Kevin Smith is making movies that aren't Red State, but this movie sounds fucking terrible.
Yeah.
So apparently this is gonna come out.
I hope it's like horror comedy or something.
I hope it's just not
with
horrible.
lots of like self-analyzation, as his movies earlier films are privy to.
Jay and Silent Bob Save Christmas.
Yeah,
Dude,
there you go.
That I would
Perfect.
watch. That would be
Perfect.
badass. Man, this motherfucker's trying to steal Christmas, yo.
He's just nodding his head all past.
Oh, nice dildo vagons.
Oh my god.
That's the Hobbit XXX porn parody.
Frodo in your mouth.
Smog played by Lexington Steele.
Oh my god. Smaug.
Ontario played by Sasha Grey.
The Impaler.
But yeah, so Krampus. I know you guys are excited. It sounds great.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of other funny Lord of the Rings names now.
I
Lego
don't know.
ass.
But
Lego lass. I don't know. I'm done.
well,
I can't do it like Anonymous.
just to bring it back to World War Shia, because obviously it's not a straight out of Austin unless we talk about Shia LaBeouf. So he has explained the nature.
This is a follow up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, everything's kind of been a follow up to a follow up.
Right.
To the remix to the remix to.
Because we covered it last week as well.
No, but this is a different one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so he's explaining his plagiarism. So he's come out. He's like, people, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'd like to say, what? Yeah, because remember when we last left Shia LaBeouf, he had
Previously,
previously
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Dun, 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 dun. But basically, he had remember he had retired from Twitter and from public life.
Yeah, for making himself to prevent himself from sounding like an ass.
Yeah,
Right.
but apparently he could prevent himself from sounding like an ass for too long. Because basically he
He didn't need Twitter.
so he came out on Twitter, so he's unretired.
Oh, okay.
And said that his plagiarism was performance art.
Wow.
It says performance art has been a way of appealing directly to a large public, as well as shocking audiences into reassessing their own notions of art and its relation to culture. So there you have it.
Wow.
Everything is okay now. He's a great guy. Everyone can love him again. He can go back to being the greatest actor this side of Even Stevens.
Holes.
Yeah. Last time on The Walking, yes. Oh man, I just thought it was hilarious. I know there's more here, but I didn't actually get a chance to read through this. He states that he wants an open dialogue about plagiarism in the digital age in such a way that allows him to utilize his authentic creative.
He wants other people to talk about it so he can plagiarize.
He wants to utilize his authentic creative imagination.
Yeah.
Explaining that all art is either plagiarism or revolution. To be revolutionary in art today is to be reactionary.
Yeah,
In
I'm
the
pretty
midst
sure
of being
Pablo Picasso
embroiled,
said that before. That's probably who stole it from.
yeah, probably. In the midst of being embroiled in acts of intended plagiarism, the world caught me and I reacted. The show began! I became completely absorbed, self-absorbed, oblivious to the things
The hell
around
is wrong
me,
with him?
like copyright laws.
Yeah.
You know, if he wants to plagiarize an artist, he should plagiarize Van Gogh and just chop his fucking ear off.
Yeah.
And since he wants to keep because this whole thing now is like, oh, I want to do stuff for real. I want to do real drugs and have real sex. So we do a remake of Pulp Fiction, and he lets someone cut his ear off.
He should get real AIDS and real dye
And real death.
and real dye.
He might just do that. He's a complete method actor.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, he's performance
Emphasis
arting,
on the
right?
method.
I know he likes to think he's a method actor.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wonk, wonk, wonk.
Yeah, he's gonna redo Breaking Bad, and he's gonna be one of the meth heads. But let me see, what else does he have on here? I don't know, just more nonsense from Shia LaBeouf.
He's a fool, man.
Mr. White.
Oh, listen.
I kind of start like this was like funny 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and now it's just like sad. Like I don't even want to hear about Shia LaBeouf anymore. I feel like we still need to follow this and talk about him. But
I just like watching the train wreck that is Shia LaBeouf.
I know, it's just like it just happened so recently. It's like Amanda Bynes all over again.
Yeah.
Except he's relevant.
Yeah, kind of. Well, to me, it's just funny because I never cared.
He's making movies.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Is he, though?
Well, yeah, he is. They might not be movies you want to see.
Exactly. They don't count as movies if I don't want to see
more like
them.
Amanda Bynes, where she's like literally doing nothing but losing money, staying at home.
I thought was she the one that was shoplifting? No, wait, that was
I don't know, probably.
Oh, she said that she wanted Drake to murder her vagina.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
First name, greatest.
That
last
sounds like
name
something
ever.
you see on her little
Breaking Shia.
Breaking Shia. I think he's having
Shia, we have to cook.
Get off me, Wally.
Shia, I watched Jane die. I could have saved her, but I didn't. I was too busy watching
Did
your
he actually
terrible
ever
movies.
reveal that?
Spoiler alert, maybe.
Nice.
But yeah,
Go away, bitch.
I don't know. Shia LaBeouf's just amusing to me because, like I said, I don't like any of the Transformers movies. I don't think he's a good actor. And like when he came out, I just remember everyone was like enamored by him. Like, oh my god, Shia LaBeouf's so great. And I never paid attention to him, but just like seeing him like self-destruct is just very entertaining.
Well, it was just like typical child actor syndrome, and like every time he explains his childhood or the way his parents are, it's like it just gets sadder and sadder. Like first it started out like, yeah, my parents, they didn't mind me doing the acting, they're just like old school potheads, and then the more he talks about them later in his life, it's just like, wow, they just weren't like. They just don't sound like good parents. Like there was very little supervision. He was smoking weed from before the age of like 12. So there was like
Reefer Madness.
very little going on as far as like supervision from his parents' side, and they didn't care about the grades he made. And they were like, "Hey, I'm gonna be an actor. I'm gonna be on this show." And they were like, "Oh, cool, man. That's awesome.
That's the Colorado salad.
Cool.
Man.
What do you need a ride or anything?" He's like, "No, I'm gonna take Metro Transit like I've been taking since I was 5. Thanks, Mom and Dad."
Oh,
they're like, "Oh, okay, man. Well, we're gonna be here collecting government checks, so buying the good stuff, okay." Hey, man, when you get off your job, man, you can buy me like some Cheetos, like the flaming ones.
Can I get the Fritos?
No,
I like the Fritos.
yeah, some Fritos, man.
Oh, don't forget the Funyuns. Who is that guy?
And some Cherry Coke.
And bring a Abba Zappa.
Bring my Bernardo Rama tape. But Luis posts, oh, this is such a great quote. So Spielberg, before Shia went all fucking crazy, he said Shia LaBeouf is the next Tom Hanks. Wow. I'm sure Spielberg is crying himself to sleep, and that just makes this even more entertaining. But yeah,
that's why you don't throw those kind of quotes around.
It's almost like the second the words left his mouth, he's just like, I have a lot to live up to. I gotta fuck everything up.
I know. He's like, Tom Hanks? No way. I'm like Tom Hanks in The Burbs good. I'll never be. He thinks I'm going to be Private Ryan good?
He's only ever going to be
Forrest Gump good?
He's going to be Da Vinci Code, not good.
Yeah.
But no, it's funny that you mentioned, like, that he has the child star syndrome. Because, like, he handled it well when he was huge in the Transformers movies. It was only afterwards where he's like, no, I need to be a serious actor. I gotta shed all this Hollywood garbage. I gotta have real sex and do real
maybe he's just trying
drugs.
to do the Joaquin Phoenix thing.
Yeah, but the difference is...
Wait. Who?
Joaquin Phoenix?
Joaquin Phoenix?
Joaquin Phoenix?
Joaquin Phoenix? Joaquin?
Joaquin?
Oh my god. This is the chimpanzee argument.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
This is the chimpanzee. Anytime somebody tries to correct me on the way I talk, I call it the chimpanzee argument.
Carmel?
Because my wife says, hold on,
chimpanzee.
She says chimpanzee, and that's supposedly I say chimpanzee.
Yeah.
You tell me which one's right. I always thought it was chimpanzee. She says it's chimpanzee.
The correct one is tomato.
Well, whatever. So that's what your argument is to me. Chimpanzee. It's fucking chimpanzee. It'll always be chimpanzee.
Yeah, but it's also Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin.
The point is walking.
You make it sound like it's walking.
Walking.
Like I need a
Joaquin.
I need a Joaquin stick.
Regardless,
so I can Joaquin everywhere.
Phoenix is a good actor.
Jay.
A fantastic actor. Shia LaBeouf is garbage. All right, that's the difference. So even if he's trying to do a Joaquin Phoenix, he fails already due to the fact that he's not a good actor. Sorry, Shia. I know you're trying. I mean, you're not trying that hard because you're plagiarizing shit, but
No, Walking Phoenix. He only did that for what was that movie that he did? The one where he was pretending that he was having a breakdown.
There. I'm not there. That's what it was called. It was called I'm Not There.
That's when he's a rapper?
Yeah.
8 Mile?
Yes. I believe it was called I'm Not There.
Or I'm Still Here or something?
No, I think it's called I'm Not There.
Oh.
Was it Don't Be a Menace? You know, what I would have liked, if he was going to do the whole rapper thing, I wish he would have Quacking Phoenix.
Oh, damn it, that's the movie about
Aw, you lose.
Yes.
Bob Dylan. Fuck.
I wish he would have been like more
I'm
like
Still Here.
the James
Yeah.
Franco's character in Spring Breakers. Like just like that over-the-top character. I think that would have been more funny for Quacking Phoenix. But anyway, speaking of
Yes, it's
Joaquin
called
Phoenix,
I'm Still Here.
Yes, I win.
Whatever.
Hey, cue up the celebration music. I was not even there anymore. Oh, you lose. You lose, sir. But speaking of Speed Walking Phoenix, yeah, Her is a good movie. I would recommend seeing it.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
Cool.
It was really good. Especially for a movie dealing with AI. Much better than the movie AI. Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, she was really good. This is the hottest I've ever seen her.
Wow. That's saying a lot. Because she
She was an
is a
eyeful.
beautiful woman.
She was an earful.
Anyways, continuing.
Quacking Phoenix is an oversized duck.
Quacking.
He's gonna play Donald Duck in the live action movie.
Quacking Phoenix. Nice. I like Anonymous.
Yeah, this guy's good.
Me too.
This guy's got good juju.
YOLO Swaggins. Man.
This guy. He should be in a podcast chat room or something. This
Mr.
guy's
YOLO!
gold. I don't really have any other topics. I was gonna save this for when Beetle comes on, but I don't know when he's gonna come on. So
Yeah, we'll save it.
no, I want to talk about it.
No.
What happened to saving it?
I can't.
What happened to saving
It's
too
been
good.
corrupted.
Why don't we have any more articles that we wanted to look back on or no?
Yeah, but I don't know which ones you really wanted to look back on.
Whichever ones pique your interest, sir. Friend. It's just they're all there for retrospect.
Retrospect.
Nothing.
Nothing in particular. I mean, it kind of just shout outs to the people that have joined us, that have been guests. You know, I think it's awesome that we have the chat room now so we can have interaction with the listeners.
Yeah.
We like you too.
We've come a long way just from
talking about
talking on Audacity and then uploading it like a week later.
We've come a long way from not having microphones and speaking directly into the computer
Yeah.
built-in mic.
Yeah, I maxed out a credit card and I'm barely paying it off now 2 years later just to have the equipment we have now.
2 kidneys later.
Never
Yeah.
leave the Batcave without it.
Oh my god. Yeah, if only.
It was funny because
I
I
had a card
remember it
like
actually
that.
does have a Batman credit card. I've seen it.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's when I had Capital One. Now
Yeah.
it's just like a little thing for the back of my name badge to keep it, make sure it stays erect.
Nice.
Performance issues?
Just un poquito.
Pop in a pill of straight out of Austin. But anyway,
Lo más un poco.
so one of my favorite guests that we've had that's kind of dropped off the face of the earth is Devin Gamble from This Week in the Cinema.
Yeah, that's why I added her, because she kind of, I don't know what happened. Nobody knows what happened. She's just like, you know what? Fuck social media. I'm moving to France.
Yeah, basically. She pulled a Shia LaBeouf and retired from public life. But her as well as Chris Rachel is really cool. We're still keeping contact with her. We're actually going to be filming a public access TV show that we'll be streaming live on the internet.
We'll be doing it later this week, and then we'll actually put the episodes up on our website, right?
Yeah.
But we'll have them on our YouTube channel, but they'll also be on local Austin public access.
Yeah, so if you ever wanted to see her smiling faces, or if you ever didn't want to see her smiling faces, too bad.
If you want to know what we look like, well, you can just go to the About Us and see what we look like.
No, you got to watch the videos. You have to. It's the only way.
Watch the Tomb Raider videos.
Yeah.
Because I look just like Lara Croft.
I can vouch for that. He does.
Lara!
Let's see. Also, oh yeah. So we were on, and we also had him on as a guest with Rich Butler of
Yeah.
My Take Radio. We're on the Behind the Mic, as we're right now behind microphones. And he's been awesome. Like, he's a really cool dude. He has an awesome podcast. If you guys ever want to check it out.
Yeah, MikeTakeRadio.com.
We more or less cover the same type of things, but it's just like, I don't know. He's just, like, very real. Like, it's just funny, because, like, I troll a lot, but he just, like, gives his real opinions, and he's hilarious. He's been in the game for a long time, doing this for a long time, so it's very polished.
Yeah, he just a couple months ago, he had just hit his landmark milestone, episode 200.
Oh, so, yeah. We're gaining on him. We're going to lap him.
It took us, we've been doing this constantly every freaking week. And on the occasion, if Prometheus had to go out of town or if I wasn't able to make it, we would pre-record an episode the day after we recorded that week's episode. We've done that a couple of times, but we never missed a week to post. We never delayed or hey, we're not doing an episode. We've been doing this constantly. So 100 episodes equals 100 consistent weeks that we've done straight out of Austin.
Boom.
Anonymous says he has the accent of Laura Croft. Is it your voice or do you have it in a bottle? Can you sell it?
Did you steal it from her, or do you just have all the sound bites from the game?
I stole her voice.
He has one of those old timey recorders when you have to talk and I think majig.
From here, it looks like it says thanks porn, but in the old English with
I think we all can give thanks to porn. Oh yeah,
thanks,
also
ye old porn.
Also, shout outs to Bad Barry. We're gonna have him back on as a guest at some point. He's a rapper.
Yeah,
he did a little bit of that rapping.
He loves stuffed crust pizza.
Yeah,
who doesn't?
Well, yeah, but this dude is if stuffed crust pizza had a vagina, he would bang it. Hot cheese and oil and everything.
If stuffed crust pizza was a drum,
he'd bang it.
He'd drum it.
There are holes on the sides
of the drum or of the pizza.
I guess he could wait till it got cold.
Are those speed holes to make it go faster?
Then what's the fun in eating it?
Stuffed crust pizza porn. Thanks, Melanie.
You eat it after you're finished.
Wait, how do you think the stuffing gets there?
You gotta lick it before you stick it.
No, you ruined pizza for me. You've ruined it.
Well, I gotta eat it crust first.
You sons of bitches. Yes, food porn. But then also a shout out to Dan Price and Bon Adami.
Yeah.
They recently had a panel at Dragon's Lair along with some other local writers and artists. Sadly, Dan Price wasn't there, but
he was sick.
That is a crazy cool dude.
Yeah,
he's more on the antisocial side, but yeah, he's a cool dude too.
Yeah, I like him. He's cool. But yeah, Dan is just hilarious. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have him on again.
That guy is freaking Energizer Bunny.
He has a
non-stop cock.
Non-stop.
He does not stop putting his cock in my face. He does not stop talking, dude.
Cock all the time. Call 1-800 Cock.
Non-stop. Is that going to be the subtitle for the podcast?
No, I hope
100th episode, non-stop cock.
It's really just a tutorial for how to roast chickens. That's the secret to stuffed crust pizza. Is not stop.
I've made a huge mistake.
There's no turning back. Well, I was gonna say, yeah. They have a comic book called The Latex Avenger, and I'd recommend checking that out.
And Masters of the Obvious.
Yeah, that one's their webcomic on houndcomics.com.
Yeah. Stop laughing. He's drunk on laughter over here.
I think that's because the milk's gone sour.
That's the secret to stuffed crust pizza. Wonderful, thanks.
All right, then we also had Chris Pyatt. We interviewed him about his comic Super.
Yeah, Super with the exclamation mark at the end. If you love comics and you have not read that one yet, go to their website unlikelyheroesstudios.com and go and order it and tell them the Pit War Crew sent you. He's a cool dude and that's an incredible comic. I guarantee it's probably better than 80 to 90% of what's in your pull list right now. It's that good.
If it's not, Agamemnon will buy your pull list.
I'll buy the first person that emails me their pull list. Like, hey, I didn't think that was good.
He will literally buy the list that you have.
I don't know if I can buy it now. I just recently got an apartment next to. I just got approved today.
Excuses
with conditions. fucking BS.
They did a pint of blood and
I have to do a surety bond plus a $500 deposit, but they're willing to split the deposit over 2 months. But I'll be living like a building away from our friend Tessa.
Yeah, Dolphin Power.
We're on the same complex now.
When you said
she doesn't know yet.
When you said surety bond, I thought you said surety bomb. Like you had to do like an Irish car bomb or something. I got to do a keg stand, or else they won't let me in the frat house. The reason he's so giggly is because he's high. Shh.
Yeah.
No one must know.
Yeah, I gotta get her apartment number so
the
so I can sneak up on her, and she's gonna be like, "What is this?" I was like, "It's cupcakes."
Apartment number is 1.
Cupcakes.
Oh, living next to Tessa. Lucky.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. 7-2 to the 2. But
No, stop, cock.
Stop, dude! Come on. Come on.
It keeps going and going and going.
Energizer, buddy.
It's never his dildo. It's always a dildo. You never put ownership on the dildo.
Thank you, Melanie. Thank you.
And next week we're gonna have.
I said cupcakes. Okay, come on.
Melanie says don't bring her stuffed crust pizza as a new neighborhood gift.
Déjame en paz, por favor.
I love having one exam in an exam week. But yeah. Next week, we're gonna
cock buffet. Wow. How do you go from one exam to exam week?
I love how this is like.
You imagine like just hearing a conversation between a guy and a girl, and the girl's just like, "I love having one exam in exam week," and the dude's just nodding his head, "Cock buffet," and she's just like, "That's me right now." Like, totally befuddled.
She's like, "This study group is awesome."
Cock buffet.
Those Sasha Grey
like bukkake streamers flying everywhere.
Oh, it's gross.
Cue it up. But yeah, I was gonna say next week we're gonna have Miss Sinister, who's a really awesome cosplayer. If you're a fan of Street Fighter, she does a badass Sagat.
Damn it! All late.
Premature cock buffet.
Yeah. It's in my eye. Everyone will be cheering.
It's all in my eye.
Yeah, she hasn't got back to me yet about the time, and I tried to pimp this to her so she would tune in and listen, but she hasn't got back to me just yet. She's been busy. She was just at Portland Comic Con. She was having fun. Has a really incredible dressed up Wonder Woman that she did for the Comic Con.
Better than Gal Gadot.
Yeah, I think so. I would think so. Yes.
She's got a cool.
If she can act, I would say she'd be an awesome Wonder Woman.
I'm sure she can probably act better than Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there.
And but on the other side of that, we got Sarah Money.
Oh yeah, another cosplayer who we met.
She seems very, very excited. So I'm really excited for that.
We met her at Alamo City Comic Con. You can also check her out on our YouTube page, which I posted the link. I interviewed her. She's dressed up as Polaris from the X-Men the Animated Series, which is fantastic.
I'll post it up here in a minute.
It's already there.
Is the original animated series?
The thing?
Yeah. Well, not the original, because the original was a pilot episode where Wolverine had an Australian accent. But the animated series that actually got past one episode would be the one. I had something I was going to say, but I completely, I don't even know where we are right now. I don't even know where I am right now.
He's wearing the same shirt.
But yeah, obviously there's more shout-outs, Blue Goggles, and we always forget somebody.
There's Blue Goggle Studios, Tony Salvaggio.
Oh yeah, Tony Salvaggio.
That dude could talk forever. We need to have him back and just have a 5-hour talk session, because that dude can talk.
Just turn on the microphone and just leave.
Dan Price can talk, but Tony, man, that guy goes off a tangent. He trumps me. If you think I go on tangents and just start talking about other random things, that dude trumps me. And
yeah.
I don't know. If we had the time that evening, I could have sat there and talked all night with him. It just felt more like a conversation than an interview.
Well, we practically did, because even after the interview ended, we had talked to him for another hour.
Yeah, we talked for another hour and a half.
I got to go to bed now, so let me tell you about fire safety.
Yeah.
It's important.
We should have been recording all of that, just as that, here's bonus footage.
The NSA recorded
That's how long it was.
But, yeah, so shout-outs to him. Shout-outs to Dr. Bacon, a.k.a. Jose, and then also Ben Moody, and Brian Villalobos. And I know I'm forgetting somebody that we interviewed early on. But
Comic Collage.
yeah, well, Mike Alcantara. He wasn't actually on the podcast.
Oh, that's right.
So he doesn't count. And then there's Fubar Duck, where you can see
Yeah.
they're very
Oh my
early
God.
incarnations of
I
interviews.
think that's why I added it, just so we could talk about like all the interviews we've done and how well we've done since then. But our first interview, ooh, that was rough, man.
Rough. I don't know. I'm still really not hashtag self props. Anonymous says this is the funniest he's ever been. You want to totally ride that feeling.
Yeah.
I thought it said furriest.
Well, see, we're so unfunny that we make people just plain
He's in there in a
funny.
Burr costume. Not sure if I should be sad or happy. You should be totally happy,
Yeah.
dude. You're the
No,
funniest.
Don't be happy. Be ecstatic.
Be ecstatic.
You're the funniest you've ever been on our 100th episode. That is a good omen for things to come.
That's right.
I mean, this might be a launch pad to your future career of being funny
Yeah.
online.
Be a
In
comedian
the chat
like
room.
Greg Giraldo or something.
Yeah, you could get nonstop cock.
Cock buffet. That's
Oh
that's what our next
That's gonna be the name
next-
of your HBO comedy special.
That's gonna be our next
Cock buffet.
That's gonna be our next contest. The winner gets a cock buffet. And I'm not volunteering mine. But I don't know. Anybody that I forgot, sorry, and you're probably not listening anyway. But somebody that I won't forget, Kelly Nova and also Hubs Nova, aka Ace Nova.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Shout outs to Weird Girls.
Yeah, weird hyphen.
Hopefully we
girls.
can do some concrete collabos soon
Yeah,
with those guys.
we're gonna make concrete sculptures of ourselves.
Right.
But yeah, we're gonna be having Kelly Nova on. If you guys didn't hear a podcast with her, it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite ones.
Oh, Conqueror.
Yeah, they're a band. They're like, it's just funny. Okay, so Oh Conqueror, we interviewed the drummer and the bassist Cock Buffet all day, every day. You heard that, but and they like their music is really good, but it's really fucking sad. Like you just want to like. Just
It's real. Well,
You wanna sit there-
It is sad, but it's real mellow music. It's not
not-
like
But when you follow, okay, when I first
if you listen to the lyrics, yeah, but
when
like
I first listened to the music, I'm like, yeah, this is really calm and soothing. I listen to the words, and I'm just sitting there, just eating some Ben and Jerry's, like,
I'm gonna go buy 2 more and stuff myself silly.
Sasha Grey, why won't you load?
As long as it doesn't make you want to slit your wrist, it should be all right.
No, you're just gonna go through a couple Kleenexes, not unlike Sasha Grey, but yeah, Conqueror, but they were really cool. And I just thought it was funny because they sent over, like I said, the bass player and pretty much the percussion, and they pretty much sent like the 2 nerdy guys. They're like, oh yeah, we both love Pokemon.
Yeah, they were
like
like the coolest dudes. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, let's just talk about this then.
yeah,
you know?
exactly. Enough of this band stuff.
Like, I don't want to, we want to
pick.
pip your stuff, but like, I kind of just want to get to know you guys more intimately.
Yeah.
like it
And then he
just
like
generally
slid closer, put his
they
arm
just-
around,
yeah.
looked in their eyes, and said,
So
"Cock
you're like-
buffet."
You guys are douchebags. Tell me more about your Charizard.
Tell me more about your Jigglypuff.
And then tell me how it evolves to Wigglytuff.
Dude, there's like this meme. It's like a picture of whatever the chick is from Pokemon. It's like this really like bad drawing of just like her ass, and then it has like the Pikachu doing like the dad ass face, but instead it's like that Ash.
That Ash.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I thought it was funny.
I've seen it. I've seen it before.
Hentai.
Like this if you cry every time. Jiggly. But who am I forgetting? Forgetting somebody. Okay.
Are you like literally looking through
No, I'm just looking at the list
The list.
of what?
of the topics.
Oh, I thought you were forgetting like people to shout out at.
It's the Krampus's list.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him on my knee and lick him. I don't know. Well, if we forgot you, sorry, but you just were that important. No, I mean we're gonna try and like have repeat guests and have people back on that.
Johnny Freeze, dude.
Well, we haven't had him on, but yes, Johnny Freeze.
Well, I mean,
all the artwork that you see with the little chibis, and you see my awesome
And
monocle.
the Pit War Fist.
Yeah, he made the fist. He made my monocled face with the grin, and the Agamemnon with a scowl and a grimace.
He made our Safe All Corrupted
Ah!
awesome picture.
Yeah, I made our background where we're blowing up IGN, but that can't be proved by any legal entity that is indeed IGM. I said M.
That's
There you
right.
go,
It's
Exactly,
IGM.
it's IGM. Yeah, Internet
Did
Gaming
you mean
Monthly.
IBN?
Shout out to Shia LaBeouf.
But yeah, so he's an awesome dude. We need to get him on the podcast, mainly because he's British, and I just want to hear him talk.
Yeah. Totally.
He's got some great artwork.
Yeah, he does. It's really badass. And yeah, we're probably gonna be having some more done sometime in the future.
I need one of me.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Cough up $20, buddy.
I don't know how busy
This ain't no union shop.
He's been kind of busy lately, so.
Oh yeah, Louis said also from the Ultimate Central days.
Yeah, Johnny Freeze.
Yeah.
He had a cartoon. I never got a chance to see it, but he had a little animation
Oh, really?
that he made with like a drunk Tony, and it was, from what I was told, it was funny. But Marvel hit him with, I think, if I'm right, Ice, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Marvel hit him with like a cease and desist, and he had to pull it off of YouTube.
Louis says he wants a chibi version of him too. Yeah, we're gonna work on that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys just remind us because I have a really shitty memory. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't you just change Tony and just made like Tony like Frank or something? Frank Star or something.
Well, it was literally like Iron Man.
Well, you could
but
just
he
change
was
it
drunk in the suit,
to Iron Dude.
like crashing into cars or something.
So
I
pretty
guess.
much ultimate Iron Man.
Ultimate Iron Man, yeah.
Thrown up in the suit.
Steel guy.
Steel guy, yeah.
War mechanism.
Aluminum alloy man.
Aluminum monster. But yeah.
Tin foil.
Yeah, he just wraps himself in tinfoil and is like, I think I can fly now. Thrusters. Web go. Away web. Oh shit. He just dies. I have a British
Oh, yeah,
accent.
of
Can I be
course.
on? Yes.
Oh,
Of course.
with his Laura Croft
Where are you
accent.
from, Anonymous?
Yeah, tells me you since you are anonymous.
Are
we
you
don't
from
know
British?
anything. Yeah.
Are you from
Wait,
British?
sir, anonymous. Are you really Lord British? From Ultima Online? Come on, don't look at me like that.
Oh.
Come on.
Yeah, Lord British.
Well, actually, Lord British actually doesn't even have a British accent.
Yeah, he's from Texas.
I'm gonna start calling myself like Lord Caribbean Islands.
Lord British.
Yeah, he's a dude that lives in Austin that has like this big castle, and he like invented Ultima Online, which
Nice.
came out in like 1952 or something.
Yeah.
Lord British was on Freakazoid.
Maybe he also was.
Maybe that's a DC villain you're thinking of.
Runs around in underwear.
Yeah,
Freakazoid.
baby. Yeah.
Dad, your spy cars are many. It's not the size of the car, son.
It's
the
how
si-
you use it.
It's the size of the parking space.
It's how you use it.
But yeah, anonymous. Yeah, you can definitely be on. Just hit us up, and
I think he's got a delay from when he hears this.
you got a Tom delay. Well, it's all the way in the UK. It's far.
See?
Oh, we just moved to Canada.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so I have a question for you, anonymous. Do all the Canadians have beady eyes and floppy heads?
What?
South Park.
Are those floppy heads?
Yes.
They don't really flop.
Well,
They're real stiff.
it was from
It's a lot of stiff
It was
motions.
from the South Park the movie, and he was like, "All you Canadians look alike. You all have beady eyes and floppy heads." And he's like, "That's sir is a racist comment." I was like, "Well, he completely resembles like what he looks like." But I don't know. I just like that line because it tickles me.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, you're more than welcome, anonymous. Yes, they see. There you go. He looked at me all crazy, and we found out that it's true.
All I can picture, other than those guys, are Rob Ford, and Justin Bieber.
What is up with the Rob Ford thing?
Who is Rob Ford?
Yeah.
He's the mayor of Toronto, and he likes crack.
Ah.
Like actual crack, not like
That guy.
ass crack. He likes to get high.
And so Jay-Z had to make a song about him.
No, that was Tom Ford. That's why I got it mixed up.
Oh, what's Tom Ford?
That's it's like a watch
And all of them say
maker
A.
or something.
So it'd be like him rapping about Jacob the Jeweler.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
He should do a remix about Rob Ford, though.
Yeah, Rob Ford.
Moni says Anonymous needs to change his name to I will reveal at least some information about myself, 963.
Nice.
At some point. Sometime in the future. Well, actually, that'll be a perfect time when we get on the podcast. He'll be less anonymous on the podcast.
Ha ha ha
'Cause
ha.
we'll do-
Watch it all be kill cam like secretly.
That would be something. I would be ecstatic.
And they all say A.
Hey.
They all say B.
Yeah, but they don't say it like the Canadian A. They go, hey!
Hey, you guys! Oh, so one person that was on the podcast, who's also missing forever. I would be, but it would be too long. Bow chicka wow wow. Oh, he's probably Shia LaBeouf. Dude, oh my god!
I'm gonna find where you live. I'm gonna kill you, assholes.
I think of all the celebrities that they listened, I would love if Damon Lindelof listened because then he'd cry himself to sleep.
Yeah.
And then Shia LaBeouf because like you said, like I think he would probably actually try and murder us. And I think that would be really good publicity.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even if we died, that would probably raise the.
Well, we need to just do everything like hashtag World War Shia
yeah.
until it becomes like a Twitter thing that.
And then we got to copyright it,
trend
like Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
Copywriting that's hot.
Get
him, Optimus.
Go get him! Pow pow! Pow punch punch.
So
He'd be like that annoying kid from Runnable in the Bronx, where he's just like doing the fist
Hop,
motions while Jackie's actually fighting. But Jackie is Optimus in this one.
the only part I remember from
It's
Rumble,
Shy is the annoying little Asian kid that's playing Game Gear with no game.
I pretend the colors. Jackie love all Game Gear. But
Cock.
he was playing Cock Buffet at Game Gear, Sonic and Tails edition. You want to see what these knuckles can do?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Deep.
So deep, put her ass to sleep. But anyway, so just like one last shout out, somebody who was a dear friend who's gone off the wagon, or wherever the hell he went, River City Hobo. If you guys want to check out, I was listening to it earlier. It's like episode 14, and it's pretty hilarious. It's a lot. Well, this episode's closer to the way the old ones used to be, where they're very raunchy.
We tried to have him as like a series regular, but due to unfortunate life circumstances, he had to move to San Antonio.
Yeah.
And he's been there ever since. And then a year later, he, I don't know, for reasons that are all his own, he just disconnected from the rest of us.
Yeah, he wasn't even a serious regular in life. I feel like he probably went like the Into the Wild route. He's burned all his belongings and stuff, and instead of going to Antarctica, or not Antarctica, in Alaska, he just like walked out into the desert. He's like, I don't need water.
I liken the River City Hobo to my mom's cat, Frederica. And it was a beautiful black cat. It was like really puffy cat. She was beautiful. She was awesome. And one day she just ran away. And we don't know what happened to her. She was gone for like 3 years. And, I asked my mom, what happened to, Freddie? And she was like, well, sometimes cats run away when they, go to die. And so she had that death talk with me. I was like, oh, okay. And then 3 years later, she pops up under our house with all these new kitties. But now she's like this rabid, feral cat that just happens to live under our house. And she's not this, like, nice, domesticated animal anymore. It was like, whoa, this is crazy.
So what you're saying is we got to wait 2 more years, and Joe's going to show up feral with a whole bunch of kids.
Yes.
The state's garnishing my wages. I need help with all these kids.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. Yes.
That'd be awesome.
And then then she ran away again, and then I don't know what happened because we moved. We moved to the slums of Shady Hollow.
Tanglehood. I know.
So, anyways, I don't know. I've always been confused on why he left, why he just completely disconnected from us. I'd never explained it, but
whenever the wind blows, you'll hear his name, River City Hobo.
Yeah, exactly.
He has the coolest name though.
Yeah, he did. He had a very pleasing voice.
Yeah, have you ever listened? Yeah, he literally. It's just funny because we do this show. And we're not all enthralled with our own voices, but he literally had the voice for radio. Like, he should be doing a podcast.
Yeah. Like, I didn't think, like, even doing this now, but back then, I was like, I don't really have a voice for radio.
Yeah.
Until I learned how to, like, manipulate the stuff on the sound. I was like, yeah, I can sound pretty good.
Auto-tune yourself.
Yeah, auto-tune. Sick girl! Auto-tune the sound.
It's me, Beebler. I'm the
Beebler. But,
this Justin Bieber is driving people crazy.
All the Bieberlers.
He's got to spit on his fans.
But no,
and then they call that football player a thug.
He had that typical radio voice that you hear, that you just hear and just like, oh, that sounds like anytime you hear him talk, like you have a voice for radio.
Oh,
you should be
Casey Kasem.
Yeah,
River City Hobo in the morning.
You should be doing something in radio.
You're listening to Magic 95.
Yeah, it was just like this really cool voice, but he just,
There's a lazy fuck.
There's lazy, unmotivated. You take your pick. I don't know, man. He was just a very... He was like an enigma. Like he didn't like we were best friends. I considered him my brother. I considered him my brother. I considered him my brother, and like there was just still stuff like he wasn't willing to let us know about him.
Yeah.
Know? So I thought that was just really unfortunate that he's like, I don't want to be friends with you guys anymore.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Cramping my
Like
style.
it went to the extreme. Like he literally deleted his Facebook, and I don't think he's activated it since then.
Nope.
And if he has, he's like blocked us without us knowing. Then he like took us off. Like he stopped following our YouTube pages, like even the ones we shared as friends. So I wasn't getting updates from him anymore. And then he closed it out. And then the real kicker for me is like, okay, well he just doesn't want his YouTube for whatever reason, even though he's like always favoriting YouTube videos and sending them to me. But then he deleted us off his PSN friends list. And he had done that to us before just to see if we'd notice. Like that mattered. Like why does that matter?
I want to know how much you guys care
I
about
share
me.
my trophies, bro.
Like he didn't strike me as that type of person until he did that. I was like, well, what the fuck does that matter? And then, 8 months later, he does that bullshit again. And then I add him back, and he waits like 2 weeks to add me back. And then I took him off. I was like, you know what? This isn't even worth it. I don't even fucking care.
Yeah. But above all, he is lovable and fluffy.
Yeah.
And that is
He was
what we
lovable and
cherished
fluffy.
most of all. But Anonymous said that he'll probably be able to come on one of the podcasts in the holidays.
Cool.
So I think that's English talk for vacation time.
For see you on Skype.
So he laughed so much when he found out his friend's birthday was on the March 1st. Which I don't actually understand the significance of March 1st.
Is that like Boxing Day over there?
Hey, you want to fight about it?
I think Boxing Day is like Thanksgiving
is it?
or something.
No, it's Christmas.
It's like for that Boxing Day, it's like you got to fight over the turkey. They have like a ring set up, and like the ring girls are carrying like hot plates of turkey. You got to knock out your most prized family member.
And
They're
free
laying there
healthcare.
and fucking unconscious. You're like, pass the cranberry sauce, bitch.
If they lose, you have to dip them in gravy.
Chase them with ranch. I don't care.
That's on Christmas, Boxing Day.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's why you have to fight Krampus. That's all the
Stop licking those kids, Krampus!
Punch!
Krampus, get something to lick.
Krampus, I'm gonna give you a few licks with these mitts, and give me back my daughter.
Oh my god,
Dude, I want to see that. I want to see. Oh, Justin Bieber's birthday is on March 1st.
No!
damn it!
So does that mean
Hang on.
Does that mean it's? On behalf of Barack Obama, I will now declare March 1st a national holiday, Bieber Day, where it's legal to get in DWI crashes, spit on your fans, and other unmentionable things that Justin Bieber has done. This message has been approved by Barack Obama.
This Justin Bieber.
All right, I'm just going to end with this topic that I was going to say for Bieber. I can't even talk. 24 is coming back!
Yay!
Yeah!
Yay.
That's all I wanted to say. I like
Sweet.
Jack Bauer's going to shoot a motherfucker. He's going to stab some dude. He's going to shoot someone in the heart. And terrorism's not going to win on that day because Jack Bauer won't let him.
And then he's going to get sued. He's going to need a lawyer. You know where he's going to go?
Where?
Saul Goodman.
Yeah, because it's all good, man. With Saul Goodman. I don't know. Jack Bauer breaks so many laws. Like, he's pretty much immune to it. The Jack Bauer Power Hour.
Yeah.
Dude! I want that in my life. I need it in my life. I want to see Jack Bauer just have like a talk show.
I want it in my life.
No, he-
Come put it in my life.
my
It's your
favorite
boy Juve.
My favorite thing about 24, just one last thing, it's not even just like the show or the acting or the plot or anything. It's just random explosions of anger. Like,
Yeah.
he'll be sitting there on the computer like, Chloe, I can't get this up. Someone come here and fix my computer! It's like, dude, Jack, you're going to have a heart attack. Chill out.
Where the fuck is my bear claw?
Hey, he doesn't use
I had it right here, right next to my fucking coffee.
Lee, Patrick Star. They're still adding actors. Filming is coming in May. Oh, you know, another cool thing about 24 is, like, there's a lot of actors that became a lot more famous, and you see them, like, before they were really good. Like, the guy that plays Spock, like, he's in season 3.
Oh, Zach something.
Galifianakis. Hank Schrader, the guy who plays Hank Schrader in Breaking Bad, is in season 2. And he has, like, the smallest role. He's just, like, some army commander who's like, we need to hit this country.
It's almost like Seinfeld, where you see, like, all these people before, like, they make it big.
Yeah.
You know?
Who else was
Zachary
there?
Quinto, yeah.
That was exactly who I was going to say.
I think he's gay.
The guy from the Allstate commercials.
Yeah. I'm President David Palmer.
Dude,
you're in good hands.
getting a deal.
That's Allstate's dad.
That guy?
That guy is not in that show.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
That guy is in federal prison for smoking too much pot. He's got a life sentence. You know that. It's sad.
Too much
He'll
dope.
never use another. He's not dope at all, and neither is dope. So kids, remember that. Drug-free is the way to be.
Okay.
Now that you derailed me, I can't remember
Drug abuse resistance education.
I can't remember who else was in that show now.
Pamela Anderson. Pretty sure she was in that show.
No, sir. Try again.
The kid that played...
yeah, Kiefer Sutherland. He plays that guy.
The kid that
Jack
played
Boer or
Napoleon
something?
Dynamite was in it, right?
Do what?
Black Dynamite?
No, Napoleon Dynamite.
Dude, Black Napoleon Dynamite, played by Michael B. Jordan. I'm in it.
Wow.
I'm in it.
Wow.
Anyway, with that, we'd like to thank you all for joining us. Luis, Anonymous, Melanie, Rachel, and if there's anyone else that's there that hasn't commented, then you should have commented. This is Prometheus.
This is Agamemnon.
It's Fuzzy Slippers.
And this has been...
Straight
Outta Austin.
And this is the ghost of Bobby Beetle. Thanks for listening.
You are special.
You are my special.
As always, make sure to hit us up on Facebook.com/punching the walls of reality. Minus the cock. Find us on Twitter at PTWOR. You can find me there at DJ Agamemnon and Prometheus Pit War. Right? Or Pit War Prometheus. I always
Prometheus.
forget. You can always get Beetle on there as well, at Bobby Beetle, but he uses it so rarely. You can find us on YouTube as well, or Google Plus. Jagamemnon on there as well. What else are we missing? The YouTube page.
Thanks, Anonymous. The best part is like, hey guys, guess what? And everyone else comments, cock buffet.
There's more cock buffets on the
YouTube.com.
You can check us out at cockbuffet.com.
Watch our Let's Plays on YouTube.
It's not only an eyeful, but it's a mouthful. And only the feeling gets through. This podcast has been sponsored by Trojan Condoms, Fire and Ice,
and Gary's Nuts.
and Dirty Mike and the Boys.com.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
And one last thing, punchers. The milk's gone sour.